Check, check, check.
WGNC, AM 1450 and 101.1 FM proudly presents Gastonia Honey Hunters Baseball. Gastonia Honey Hunters Baseball is brought to you by GSM Premium Services and Caramont Health. See how we care. Let's take you to the ballpark. It's time for Atlantic League Baseball action on the Honey Hunters Radio Network.
Your home for Gastonia Honey Hunters Baseball. AM 1450, 101.1 FM, and streaming on the TuneIn app. WGNC. Your home for Honey Hunters Baseball. AM.
And a very good evening to you, ladies and gentlemen. Wherever you might find yourself on this beautiful Friday evening, it's time for baseball in Gastonia. Tonight, the Honey Hunters return to Caramont Health Park to take on the Lexington Legends. Gastonia completed a 3-game sweep of the Wild Health Genomes, taking the finale by a 9-4 score last night at Wild Health Field. Gastonia had 4 players with multi-hit games, part of a 13-hit attack. They got home run from Joseph Rosa, triples from Zach Garrett and Reese Hampton, and a double from Alex Holderbach. And by the way, have you seen what Alex Holderbach's average has climbed up to? He was lingering around the 200 mark for much of the year, and entering yesterday's game, he was up over 250. Ian McKinney tossed 5 innings in the start yesterday, picking up his 7th win of the season for Gastonia. The southpaw scattered a pair of hits, allowing 3 runs while striking out 3 batters on the night. Euclides Lair, Tim Naughton, Kent Kleiman making his debut for the Honey Hunters last night, and Caleb Bowman closed the game out for the Honey Hunters as the win eliminated Wild Health from contention in the South Division second half title hunt. So going into that series, Gastonia was in first place in the second half, and Wild Health was in second place. But with the 3 losses, Wild Health has dropped behind Lexington and, as we said, out of contention for the South Division second half title. The win for Gastonia maintained their lead of 7.5 games over these Lexington Legends, as the Legends come to the park tonight for the final 3 regular season home games this year. Gastonia's magic number to clinch the second half moves to 3 as they seek to win the South Division outright, needing a combination of Gastonia wins and Lexington losses to total 3, and they will take the flag from both halves of the season. If that happens, there will be a wild card in the playoffs. And at this point in time, it looks like it's going to be High Point. They are going to take the team with the best record in the league, whether they be from the North Division or the South. And right now, High Point is at 67-56 on the year, and Lancaster is at 65-57. So it's probably between those two. Long Island is 5 games back, 4.5 games back, and the Genomes, as I said, are eliminated. In fact, Long Island has been eliminated as well mathematically. So it's going to be between Lancaster and High Point. And High Point is playing Wild Health tonight. They'll begin at 6:35. Lancaster will be playing against the Charleston Dirty Birds also at 6:35. The other two games on the schedule, Southern Maryland Blue Crabs are playing the York Revolution. They'll begin at 6:30. And the Staten Island Ferry Hawks will play the Long Island Ducks at 6:35. We're getting ready for baseball. We'll come back with the starting lineups after this on the Honey Hunters Radio Network.
Being first, the beginning of the line. So many people work so hard to be number one. But at Caramount Health, you don't have to struggle to be first. We prioritize you. Our award-winning teams use advanced treatments to serve you. We deliver the compassion and quality you deserve, always growing, building, and innovating for your care, your health, your life. Caramount Health. Care first.
This is Sam Bordner of the Gastonia Honey Hunters, and you are listening to the Honey Hunters Radio Network.
Looking for a new career? Want to make an upwards of $40,000 a year? Want to work a schedule that fits your lifestyle? Want to do it all from the front seat of your car? I thought I had your attention. Domino's is hiring. If you want to cash in on a new opportunity, log on to jobs.domino's.com. That's jobs.domino's.com.
Online education is better with us. At Belmont Abbey College, we offer quality, affordable online degrees that fit your life and your budget. We're better because with us, our faith foundation drives all we do. We care about every student. We instill every degree with excellence and virtue. Plus, we're local, personal, and ready to help you thrive. Experience the Abbey difference. Get the better online degree with Belmont Abbey College. Register today, and you could win dinner for two on us. Visit GoHoneyHunters.com/Belmont Abbey to learn more.
Folks, it's been
Folks, I'm hearing the static on the line as well. What I'm trying to do is something about it here. Let's see if we can get rid of that. First most, we're back live at Caramount Health Park. Friday, September 9th already. And can you believe it? This is the final weekend of the regular season home schedule for the Honey Hunters. Of course, they'll be back here on the 20th to begin the playoffs. There are 2 games at home, and then they will play the remaining 3 games on the road. And that series will determine who plays in the finals for the Atlantic League of Professional Baseball this year. Magic Johnson is in the house tonight, been signing autographs out in the next to the Gas House Bar and Grill. He's been there since about 5 o'clock, and the line does not look a whole lot shorter than it did back at 5 o'clock. There's still a bunch of people in line trying to say hello to Irvin Magic Johnson. We're going to take a look at what's happening tonight now. Give you the lineups first. Let's Lexington. They're going to start off with Philip Irvin in center field. Tillman Pugh will be out in right field. Courtney Hawkins will hold fort in left field. And Isaiah Tejada will bat fourth, and he will be playing first base. Batting fifth will be Brandon Phillips. He'll be playing second base. James Nelson will be over at third base. Montrell Marshall will be the designated hitter tonight. Henderson Perez will be behind the plate, and Manuel Geraldo will hold down at on the mound tonight for the Legends. Daniel Corsino. So Corsino gets the start tonight for Lexington. He comes into the ball game with a 6.14 earned run average. He's won 6 and lost 10 on the year. The right-hander has started 23 ball games for Lexington. He's pitched 117 in the third innings, given up 136 hits, 93 runs. Of those, 80 are earned. He has given up 17 home runs. He's given bruises to 13 batters as he's hit them with the pitch. He's walked 66. One of those was intentional. And he has struck out 83. Batters are hitting .291 against Daniel Corsino. For your Honey Hunters, they are going to lead off with Reese Hampton. He will be out in left field. Jack Reinheimer will be at shortstop. Joseph Rosa batting third will be at second base. Batting fourth, Zach Jarrett. Zach is going to be out in right field tonight. Jake Skoll will captain the outfield and center field. Luis Castro will be playing first base tonight. Luis Roman will be out at third base. Emmanuel Tapia batting eighth. He will be the designated hitter. And behind the dish tonight for the Honey Hunters and batting ninth, Stuart Levy. On the mound for the Honey Hunters tonight, Riley Hovis. Hovis has been in one game. He started that one for the Honey Hunters, and there's really no line on him at all. He did not give up any hits. He actually went 4 2/3 innings, I believe, and they pulled him after that because he was on a pitch count. So he had reached 60 pitches, and when you put a pitch count on somebody, you stick to it. Did not give up any hits, so obviously his ERA is 0. And that's really all he's got on his stat line. The umpires for tonight's game, Calvin Baker will be behind the plate. Bradley Moffitt will be at third base. Mike Williams will be down at first base. We're getting ready for the start of the ball game. The coaches and the manager umpires are at home plate. Goose Gazzo standing there with his arms crossed, and of course he's smiling. Goose always seems to have a smile on his face unless it's a real bad night. The Honey Hunters are in the outfield warming up, as are some of the legends, and we'll be back with the start of baseball right after these messages. You come back and join us as well.
It's been the thrill of a lifetime to bring professional baseball back to the airwaves of Gaston County. As a lifelong supporter of Gastonia baseball, I understood at an early it was to hear the game when I couldn't be at the game. And with the advent of internet streaming, Gastonia Honey Hunters games have even more import within the community. It also provides a great opportunity to get your message out to the Gaston County community. If advertising with the Honey Hunters is something that interests you, give me a call at 704-874-1810 and inquire about advertising with the Gastonia Honey Hunters. The number again, 704-874-1810. The Honey Hunters Radio Network, your hometown team. Thank you for supporting Gastonia baseball.
This is Jake Skoll of the Gastonia Honey Hunters, and you're listening to the Honey Hunters Radio Network.
Since 1927, GSM Services has been the experts for providing services and finding solutions for issues such as heating and cooling, hot, cold, or drafty rooms, high utility bills, nasty crawl spaces, attic insulation, duct and higher vent cleanings, indoor air quality, and much more. GSM is a one-stop shop for all comfort issues in your home. GSM offers 100% satisfaction guaranteed, and right now they're offering a home energy audit. So if you're having any issues in your home or office, know that you can always trust leaving your comfort to GSM.
Call 1-800-NEW-COOL or visit gsmsince1927.com to talk to someone about comfort issues you're having in your home. GSM is a proud sponsor of your Gastonia Honey Hunters.
The Honey Hunters have taken the field.
What could be better this summer than a Honey Hunters baseball season? The crack of the bat, the pop of the mitt, the smell of fresh cut. Hey guys, stop. We have turf here at the ballpark. Let's try this again. The smell of fresh cut. Domino's Pizza. Sold nightly here at Caramont Health Park. The Gastonia Honey Hunters and Domino's Pizza. A winning combination. If coming to a Honey Hunters game is good, then coming to a game as a group is better. If you're a school, church, or civic organization looking for a great time together, call 704-874-1810 and ask about a group package. The number again is 704-874-1810. Ask about our picnic options that include hot dogs, sliders, and pulled pork. 704-874-1810. Honey Hunters Baseball. Better with friends. Folks, it's been the thrill of a lifetime to bring professional baseball back to the airwaves of Gaston County. As a lifelong supporter of Gastonia baseball, I understood at an early age how important it was to hear the game when I couldn't be at the game. And with the advent of internet streaming now, Gastonia Honey Hunters games have even more import within the community. It also provides a great opportunity to get your message out to the Gaston County community. If advertising with the Honey Hunters is something that interests you, give me a call at 704-874-1810 and inquire about advertising with the Gastonia Honey Hunters. The number again, 704-874-1810. The Honey Hunters Radio Network, your hometown team. Thank you for supporting Gastonia baseball.
Check. Well, there we go. We are back now. And it's time to get baseball going. We were trying to work out a problem with the mic, and apparently I pushed a button that I wasn't supposed to push. And technology and I are just not good friends. No, we've never gotten along very well, me and technology. I can spell technology. It's about as far as I go. Anyway, it's Bob Woodard with you on this beautiful Friday evening. We're getting ready to bring you some Gastonia Honey Hunters baseball. Magic Johnson has concluded signing autographs, and I'm sure there was at least a few people that were disappointed because they couldn't get in time. But there were people that lined up at 10 o'clock this morning to be in line so that to be sure that they were able to get Magic's autograph. Riley Hovis is on the mound for the Honey Hunters. He's taking his warm-up tosses. Stuart Levy is behind the plate. He throws down to second base. Joseph Rosa takes the throw, and they're whipping it around the infield, and we're getting ready for baseball at Caramont Health Park. It's going to be Philip Irvin, Tillman Pugh, and Courtney Hawkins, the numbers 1, 2, and 3 batters in the lineup, the center fielder, the right fielder, and the left fielder. So they let the outfielders get up to bat first. Then we'll start on the infielders with the first base, second base, and third baseman. Hovis from the stretch. The first pitch of the ball game is over for a strike, and it's 6:21 p.m. This game is underway. No balls and one strike to leadoff batter Phillip Ervin. Swings and misses at the next offering from Hovis. Ervin comes in batting .248. He's been in 101 games this year. 343 at-bats, 85 hits. 140 total bases, 16 doubles, 13 home runs. He has walked once and struck out he has walked 66 times. Once intentionally struck out 94 times. He has 31 stolen bases and has only been caught 4 times as he fouls a pitch back to stay alive, 0-2. Hovis, right-handed pitcher, working out of the stretch. Next pitch is hit high to center field. Skoll going back. He's in front of the warning track, and he'll haul that one in for the first out. So Jake was playing him short in center field and turned around and had to get on his horse, but once he did, he got his radar fixed on the ball and was able to just back up and haul it in. So one down. And that'll bring up Tillman Pugh, the right fielder. Pugh is batting .261 as he comes to the plate. 15 doubles on the year for Pugh and 15 home runs. He also has a triple. First pitch backs him away from the plate. 1 ball and no strikes. Hovis from the stretch takes a big sigh and comes to the plate 1-0, and it's fouled back off the netting to even the count at 1. Courtney Hawkins is out on deck for the Lexington Legends. These games are of utmost importance to not only the Legends, but to Gastonia as well. Their magic number over Lexington is 3. So if Lexington loses a game, they pick up 1. If Gastonia wins a game, they pick up 1. There's one high foul outside of first base. Luis Castro comes over and makes the catch about even with the bag, and in between the bag and the first base coach's box. So 2 down as Pugh pops up foul to the first baseman. And that'll bring up Courtney Hawkins. Hawkins batting .294. 129 hits on the year. 44 home runs for Hawkins. He's only 4 home runs away from the all-time league record that was set by Ozzie Canseco back in 2000 when he played for the Newark Bears. Hovis comes back to the plate with an off-speed pitch. Misses out. 2 balls and no strikes now. Hawkins has scored 100 runs this year. Has 129 hits, 44 of which are home runs. .34% of his hits go out of the ballpark. He's facing a 3-0 count from Hovis now, and there's one over for a strike. Hawkins taking all the way. 3 balls and 1 strike. You look at Hawkins' forearms, and they look like most men's biceps. He's just a gentleman. Next passes, and he's taking a walk, ball 4, so Hawkins gets a free pass. And that'll bring up Isaiah Tejada. Tejada playing first base tonight. And I did get that wrong. It's Tejeda, not Tejada. Pardon me. Tejeda. So Isaiah Tejeda, if Tejeda's folks are listening. Mea culpa, mea culpa, mea maxima culpa. And it's Isaias or Isaias Tejeda. Isaias Tejeda. Boy, I just had it wrong all over the place, didn't I? 1 ball and no strikes to the Legends first baseman. Hovis checking Hawkins over at first base. Now comes to the plate and misses again. 2 balls and no strikes. So he walked Hawkins on a 3-1 count, and now he's behind 2-0 to Tejeda. Tejeda batting .267 with 27 home runs himself this year. 84 runs back. Swings and misses, and boy, did he have a cut at that one. Hovis brought that one at 89 miles an hour, and Tejeda swung right over the top of it. Brandon Phillips is on deck. Interesting situation with Brandon Phillips and the rest of the Lexington Legends, as Tejeda fouls one back off the screen. Brandon Phillips was walking out to get that foul ball that bounced off the screen, and the ball boy came out and started trying to trot him, so Phillips sped up and kept up with him and tapped the ball with the bat before the ball boy could get to it. Oh, folks, baseball is so much fun. It's the games within the game that make it interesting. Next pitch, a breaking ball, a high chopper to Reinheimer. He throws across to Castro at first. And what a play by Jack Reinheimer. First to stay with a high bounding ball, and second to make a good throw from deep shortstop to retire the side. Tejada goes down 6-3. And that'll do it for the Legends. After the top of the first inning, Legends nothing, and the Honey Hunters coming up on the Honey Hunters Radio Network.
Being first, the beginning of the line. So many people work so hard to be number one. But at Caramont Health, you don't have to struggle to be first. We prioritize you. Our award-winning teams use advanced treatments to serve you. We deliver the compassion and quality you deserve, always growing, building, and innovating for your care, your health, your life. Caramont Health. Care first.
Find out where your Honey Hunters are playing all season long at www.gohoneyhunters.com. Information, www.gohoneyhunters.com. If you're looking for the latest game day fashion or wanting to bring a group to Caramont Health Park, gohoneyhunters.com. Your online home for the Gastonia Honey Hunters is gohoneyhunters.com. That's www.gohoneyhunters.com. Whether you're stuck in traffic after a long day at work or working through a 10-game road trip, nothing feels as good as being home. If you're looking to enter the marketplace as a buyer or a seller, Moss Realty has a proven history of results with professionals that operate in the highest spirit of ethical conduct. Let them work for you. Call 704-865-5555 and find out how Moss Realty gets it done. 704-865-5555, Moss Realty.
Nothing doing for the Lexington Legends in the top of the first inning. The whole Honey Hunters will come up to bat now here in the bottom of the first. And they are going to lead off with Reese Hampton, the left fielder, followed by Jack Reinheimer, the shortstop, and Joseph Rosa, the second baseman. Hampton, Reinheimer, and Rosa. Hampton steps in. He's going to step into the left-handed batter's box against the right-handed throwing Daniel Corsino. Corsino, the right-hander, rocks on the rubber, comes to the plate, and the first pitch to Hampton misses ball one. 1 ball and no strikes. Hampton batting .267 as he takes ball 2, 2-0 is the count now. 8 home runs, 43 runs batted in, but the big number for him, 59 stolen bases to lead the league. Next pitch, misses ball 3, 3-0. Corsino brings the 3-0 pitch straight across. Hampton taking all the way. Next pitch, high, ball 4, so Hampton has a walk. And that's a dangerous man to put on base. That'll bring up Jack Reinheimer, the shortstop. Not only does Reese Hampton lead the league in stolen bases, but so do the Honey Hunters now. And in fact, the Honey Hunters have broken the league record. That happened on Wednesday night in the 11-2 win over Charleston. Cole Freeman claimed second without a throw to send the Honey Hunters to 266 steals this year. The previous high was set by the Somerset Patriots in 2000. With Gastonia averaging almost 2.5 steals a game, the club is still on pace to steal 300 bases. 2-0, the count to Reinheimer now. And Daniel Corsino walking behind the mound, having a little sales meeting with himself as he's thrown 6 wide ones against 1 strike so far. Corsino staring in to get a sign from his catcher. Checks the runner at first, comes to the plate, and he hits him. Right on the left bicep. So Reinheimer tosses his bat behind him, trots down to first base as he removes his batting gloves. Takes off his left leg shin guard and hands that to Hurley Rodriguez, who is coaching first base, and Hurley's is now the proud possessor of equipment from Jack Reinheimer. Reinheimer has a sliding glove on his left hand, as does Reese Hampton. As many stolen bases as them have, they have sliding gloves to protect their hands when they're going head first into a base. Here's Joseph Rosa now batting .312 on. Rosa looks at a pitch over for a strike, no balls and 1 strike. Good idea there from Rosa to take a pitch. Corsino's having trouble finding the plate. Walked the first batter, hit the second one. Let's make him throw strikes. No balls and 1 strike to Joseph Rosa, born in New York, New York. I had a good friend of mine that was from New York City. They said it's such a great city they had to name it twice. Next pitch is high, ball 1. That evens the count at 1-1. Rosa with 20 home runs on the year, 86 runs batted in, 14 stolen bases. Zach Jarrett is on deck. Nobody out, runners at first and second. The Honey Hunters knocking at the door here in the first inning. Here's the pitch to Rosa. That misses. Ball 2, 2 balls and 1 strike. Corsino visibly upset about how he's starting out the game. After that pitch, he slapped his glove real hard, caught the ball, and turned around and kind of stormed back to the mound. Rosa back into the batter's box. Corsino from the stretch. That one's over. Rosa didn't like that one, thought it was upstairs. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Rosa still giving Calvin Baker, the umpire behind home plate, an earful. I'm sure, albeit very respectfully. Next pitch high and outside, runs the count full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Okay, so here's a question. 3 balls and 2 strikes with nobody out, but you've got the numbers 1 and 2 base stealers in the league on second and first. Do you send them? That is the question. At second, Reinheimer at first. They do not go. The pitch is swatted to right center field. That ball's going back to the wall. It's going to be off the right fielder's glove. Just in front of the wall. Hampton's coming around to score. Jack Reinheimer is going to stay at third. In fact, has to dive back to the bag underneath the throw. But Joseph Rosa doubles and knocks in an RBI, 1-0, Gastonia. That'll bring up Zach Jarrett. So Hampton walked. Reinheimer got hit by the pitch. He now stands at third base. Rosa doubles to knock Hampton in, and now here's Zach Jarrett with nobody out. Zach has his average up over 300 now at 302. On base or his OPS, is 866. You add his on-base percentage with his slugging percentage to get that number. Zach with 18 home runs on the year, 74 runs batted in. He'd like to make it 76 right here as there are runners on third and second with nobody out. Bottom of the first inning, 1-0 Gastonia. That pitch hits Jarrett. He was raising his arms and turning to try and get out of the way of that ball, and the second batter of the inning gets hit by a pitch thrown by Daniel Corsino. And here comes the pitching coach to have a word with his right-hander. So not only is Corsino having a tough time finding the strike zone, he's hitting batters as well, and now Jake Skoll comes to the plate. Lexington only has 2 coaches listed on their roster, manager P.J. Phillips and Kip Garza, the batting coach. So I'm going to guess but that's probably P.J. Phillips. In any event, Skoll steps up to the batter's box now. A left-handed batter against the right-hander Daniel Corsino. And Corsino's in a bit of trouble here in the first inning. Bases loaded, nobody out. First pitch to Skoll. High, ball one. 1 ball and no strikes. I don't think I have ever seen as many basketballs at Caramount Health Park as I do tonight. Of course, Magic Johnson, yeah, any baseball game. Magic Johnson was here from 5 till 6:15 or so, signing autographs out by the gas house as Jake Skoll looks at ball 2, 2 balls and no strikes. Irvin Magic Johnson can make it to town. Tell you an interesting story. I went to high school with Brad Holland. And Magic and Brad Holland signed with the Lakers on the same day. And they ended up getting their picture on the cover of Sports Illustrated, I believe it was. As the next pitch to Scully is high, ball 3, 3-0. And now Corsino is 1 pitch away from walking in a run. Nobody throwing down in the Lexington bullpen. So they're going to see if Corsino can settle down and settle in here. Right-hander stares in to get a sign, pitching from the stretch. Here comes the 3-0 pitch. Skoll hits one in the air to right field, and that ball is out of here. It's a grand slam for Jake Skoll, and he'll touch them all. Jake hit that on the top of the grass, just in front of the the cast iron fence out there in right field. And just that, 5-0 in favor of Gastonia. And the seats aren't even warm yet. Luis Castro, the first baseman, will step up now. My, oh my, what a start for Gastonia. The 1-0 pitch to Castro is fouled off the tip of the bat and rolled softly to the backstop off to the right of first base. Castro hits one high in the air to right field. The right fielder is coming over, and he will haul that one in for the first out of the inning. For Skoll, that was his 22nd home run of the year. Luis Roman steps to the plate now, and he looks at ball 1, 1 ball and no strikes. Of course, that's a fur piece behind Courtney Hawkins, who walked in the first inning for the Legends. Courtney has 44 home runs and is chasing the Atlantic League record of 48. Roman hits one on the ground to the second baseman. He Picks it up, tosses over to first. And there are quickly 2 away. 5-0 Gastonia here in the bottom of the 5th inning. And here comes first baseman Emmanuel Tapia. I'm sorry, designator. Tapia is playing in the DH spot tonight. Of course, he and Skoll are always competing against one another, so I'm sure Tapia is thinking that he needs to hit a home run now too, although his won't be quite as dramatic with nobody on base. First pitch to Tapia, swung on and missed. Second pitch, fastball over for a strike. No ball, strikes. To the guy they call Top. There's a drive right over there. That's going to fall for a base hit. Third hit of the year for the Honey Hunters as Tapia adds to his .278 average. That'll bring up Stuart Levy, the catcher, the number 9 man to come to the plate this inning for the Honey Hunters. Pitch from Corsino is high, ball 1, 1 ball and no strikes. That one hit Stuart Levy. Looked like it hit him right on the side of the head. Goose Gazzo quickly out of the dugout. Chuck Stewart ran down from third base. And Levy's got a noticeable mark on the left side of his cheek. He's standing up. He didn't go down, so that's a good thing. He's got his helmet in his right hand. Puts his helmet back on, trying to convince everybody that he's okay. Home plate umpire Alan Baker now over there checking Levy out. And that's a good sign. Baker is smiling. Levy dropped his shin guard a couple of times, and he's going to put his helmet back on and trot down to first base. So Stuart Levy gets hit where you never want to get hit, right on the side of the helmet. Third base runner to get on base in this first inning, being hit by a pitch by Corsino. We're going to the top of the order, and Reese Hampton. Erlis Rodriguez comes over and gives Stuart Levy a pat on the backside. He's coaching first base right now, and of course Chuck Stewart down at first base. Corsino from the stretch, runners on first and second outs. Pitch to Hampton is high, ball 1, 1 ball and no strikes. Corsino from the stretch. The 1-0 pitch, again high, ball 2, 2-0. Still nobody throwing down in for Lexington. So you wanted to be a pitcher, huh? 2 outs, runners on first and second. Tapia on second, Levy at first. The next two, Reese Hampton over for a strike. 2 balls and 1 strike. Jack Reinheimer on deck. Daniel Corsino from the stretch. The 2-1 pitch. That's a line drive right at the second baseman. He doesn't catch the line drive, but he picks up the dropped ball, tosses it to first, and Hampton goes down. So 10 men come to the plate here in the first inning for Gastonia. 5 of them come home. 3 hits in the inning. 2 runners left on base at the end of an inning of play. Gastonia Honey Hunters 5, the Lexington nothing on the Honey Hunters radio network.
Being first, the beginning of the line. So many people work so hard to be number one. But at Caramount Health, you don't have to struggle to be first. We prioritize you. Our award-winning teams use advanced treatments to serve you. We deliver the compassion and quality you deserve, always growing, building, and innovating for your care, your health, your life. Caramount Health. Care first.
This is Sam Bordner of the Gastonia Honey Hunters, and you are listening to the Honey Hunters Radio Network.
Hey, this is Brady Salisbury, and you're listening to the Honey Hunters Radio Network.
GSM Services helps people live better through improved comfort, health, and energy efficiency. GSM Services provides high-quality home and commercial improvement services. They offer services for heating and cooling, energy audits, duct and dryer vent cleaning, attic insulation, crawl space solutions, generators, commercial roofing, and HVAC, indoor air cleaning products, and much, much more. GSM has been taking care of their customers' comfort since 1927. This unmatched experience has led them to build reliable processes to serve you and offer guidance to help you choose the right options for your home business comfort needs. Call 1-800-NEW-COOL or visit gsmsince1927.com to talk to someone about the comfort issues you have in your home. GSM is a proud sponsor of your Gastonia Honey Hunters. Call 1-800-NEW-COOL or visit gsmsince1927.com. Go Honey Hunters! Since 1927, GSM Services has been the...
Hey, this is Brady Salisbury, and you're listening to the Honey Hunters Radio Network. Hey, this is Brady.
We're heading to the top of the second inning as the Honey Hunters jumped all over starting pitcher Corsino from the Lexington Legends in the bottom of the first inning to go to a 5-0 lead, highlighted by a grand slam from Jake Skoll. And now for the Legends, they will be sending up the number 5, 6, and 7 hitters in the lineup: Brandon Phillips, James Nelson, and Montrell Marshall. Brandon Phillips from Raleigh, North Carolina. You might not have heard his name, but if you follow baseball, you probably have. With Cincinnati, he had 4 Gold Gloves, 1 Silver Slugger Award, which is the award that's given to the best offensive player at a position. He played on 3 National League All-Star games. He is the first player in Major League Baseball history to record 2 3-run home runs, 7 runs batted in, and 2 stolen bases in 1 game. Yes, 1 game. For most players, that's a career. He played for 5 teams: Cleveland, Cincinnati, Atlanta, the Angels, and Boston. And the Lexington Legends are in an interesting position because they are playing with their boss. Phillips is also a part owner of the Legends, which in turn I would guess makes him a part owner of the Genomes as well, as the Lexington Legends own the Genomes. course, the Wild Health Genomes, the team that Gastonia just came off the road playing, swept a 3-game series up in Lexington. In fact, between the Legends and the Genomes up in Lexington, while Gastonia was 12-1 on the year. There's a high fly ball, and that ball's going to go foul and out of play down the right field line. Phillips right now batting .255, 3 home runs. He's got 16 runs batted in on the year, 4 stolen bases, an OPS of .714, 41 years old. Some people just play the game because they love it, folks. There's a line drive to right field. Zach Jarrett's coming in quickly, and he makes a sliding catch in right field. Boy, what a gem of a play that was. Jarrett coming in hard and to his right. Jake Skoll was coming on hard from center field, but Jarrett clearly had the better line on it, and he just slid right in front of the ball and was able to come up with it. He had one of two choices. He was either going to have to slide into it or jump for it. And you'd much rather slide into a catch than you would dive and try and catch one. It hurts a lot less. So Phillips flies out to the right fielder. Here's third baseman James Nelson. Nelson batting .409 with an OPS of .1263. A couple of home runs, 3 RBIs, and 2 stolen bases. Nelson has only been in 8 games, though, with 22 at-bats. But he's made the most of them, 9 for 22. Fouls the first pitch off to the right. Then looks at a fastball over for a strike. No balls and 2 strikes to James Nelson. Nelson played A ball. And now playing in the Atlantic League. Next pitch misses, ball 1, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Montrell Marshall on deck for Lexington. Next pitch, breaking ball and a dandy by Riley Hovis as Nelson looked all kinds of awkward swinging and missing at that pitch for strike 3. Montrell Marshall will come up to bat now. Marshall batting .252. He's been in 115 ball games, had 401 at-bats with 101 hits. 18 home runs, 64 runs batted in for the big man. Had a chance to chat with Montrell before the game, a very, very nice fella. 26 years old. He took 2 years off. Just decided that he was going to walk away from baseball. Did that for a couple of years and decided that he had to get back. So here he is in the Atlantic League trying to work his way back to the professional ranks. He played A-ball with the Cincinnati Reds. And as he said, just trying to take it one step at a time and get myself back to that level. 1 ball and 1 strike to Montrell. Hovis misses with that pitch, 2 balls and 1 strike. If Marshall continues the inning with this at bat, Henderson Perez, the catcher, is on deck. Riley Hovis from the stretch. Next pitch, good breaking ball. Had Marshall fooled and way out in front of it. Two balls and 2 strikes. Hovis again working from the stretch. Nobody on, 2 outs, 5-0 Gastonia. Next pitch is high. That'll run the count full, 3-2. Great crowd on hand tonight, as you would expect for the final weekend of the regular season on Magic Johnson night. Here's the payoff pitch. Williams fouls it back. Marshall fouls it back. And will stay alive, 3-2. Three balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Riley Hovis bent over, staring in to get a sign from Stuart Levy. He's got the one he wants. And here comes the 3-2 pitch. Over for a strike, got him looking. Fastball at the knees. Montreal did not care for that call at all, but he will go down. That's the third strikeout of the game. The second strikeout of the game for Hovis. Gets back-to-back strikeouts to end the second inning. And at the end of an inning and a half, 5-0 Gastonia on the Honey Hunters Radio Network.
GSM Services helps people live better through improved comfort, health, and energy efficiency. GSM Services provides high-quality home and commercial improvement services. They offer services for heating and cooling, energy audits, duct and dryer vent cleaning, attic insulation, crawl space solutions, generators, commercial roofing, and HVAC, indoor air cleaning products, and much, much more. GSM has been taking care of their customers' comfort since 1927. This unmatched experience has led them to build reliable processes to serve you and offer guidance to help you choose the right options for your home business comfort needs. Call 1-800-NEW-COOL or visit GSMsince1927.com to talk to someone about the comfort issues you have in your home. GSM is a proud sponsor of your Gastonia Honey Hunters. Call 1-800-NEW-COOL or visit GSMsince1927.com. Go Honey Hunters!
Online education is better with us. At Belmont Abbey College, we offer quality, affordable online degrees that fit your life and your budget. We're better because with us, our faith foundation drives all we do. We care about every student. We instill every degree with excellence and virtue. Plus, we're local, personal, and ready to help you thrive. Experience the Abbey difference. Get the better online degree with Belmont Abbey College. Register today, and you could win dinner for 2 on us. Visit GoHoneyHunters.com/Belmont Abbey to learn more.
Folks, it's been the thrill of a lifetime to bring professional baseball back to the airwaves of Gaston County. As a lifelong supporter of Gastonia baseball, I understood at an early age how important it was to hear the game when I couldn't be at the game. And with the advent of internet streaming now, Gastonia Honey Hunters games have even more import within the community. It also provides a great opportunity to get your message out to the Gaston County community. If advertising with the Honey Hunters is something that interests you, give me a call at 704-874-1810 and inquire about advertising with the Gastonia Honey Hunters. The number again, 704-874-1810. The Honey Hunters Radio Network, your hometown team. Thank you.
Bottom of the second inning is upon us. Jack Reinheimer will step up for his second at-bat of the ball game as the Honey Hunters sent 10 men to the plate in the first inning and scored 5 runs. It's 5-0 Gastonia. Reinheimer looks at a fastball inside for ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. Daniel Corsino still on the hill for the Legends and had a very rough inning. Got Colton Miller from the Major League Baseball Data Department here in the booth with us. How many pitches has he thrown so far? 38 pitches in an inning, in just a little over an inning. Next pitch is inside, ball 3, 3 balls and 1 strike now. Reinheimer was hit by a pitch in his first at-bat. There's a line drive to right center field. Is that going to be? Nope. It's going to be held up enough for the center fielder to get over to it. So Philip Irvin in center field did a good job getting over to that ball. It held up just a little bit too much. Reinheimer lines out to the 8th spot in the field for the first out, and here comes Joseph Rosa, who had an RBI double in the first inning. Reese Hampton started off with a walk and then scored on Rosa's double after Jack Reinheimer was hit by the pitch. First pitch to Rosa is high, ball 1 ball and no strikes. Corsino rocks on the rubber, comes to the plate. That one's over for a strike. Rosa's going to step out of the batter's box for a second. He was in disagreement with home plate umpire Calvin Baker on that call. Here's the 1-1. And again a strike. Rosa thinks that those pitches are upstairs, but they're crossing right about the numbers, and I'll tell you what, Calvin Baker's being consistent. He's calling that pitch all night so far. Next pitch, got him looking. Strike 3. So Corsino gets his first strikeout of the night. And that'll bring up Zach Jarrett. Jarrett was hit by a pitch in the first inning and scored on Jake Scholl's grand slam. First pitch to Jarrett is up high, ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. Daniel Corsino from the windup almost hit him again. Jarrett had to turn out of the way of that one. 2 balls and no strikes. Corsino hit 3 batters in the first inning. He hit Reinheimer and then he hit Jarrett, and for good measure came back and hit Stuart Levy and almost hit Jarrett again. The 2-0 pitch. Jarrett hits one high and foul behind home plate. 2 balls and a strike. 5 runs, 3 hits for the Honey Hunters in the first inning. No runs, no hits for the Legends in their first 2 trips to the plate. And Jarrett hits one high in the air on the infield. Third baseman's coming in, catcher's coming back. Third baseman's going to call for it, and they collide, and the third baseman hangs on to the ball. So James Nelson coming in from third. Henderson Perez going back from his catcher's position. And Nelson and Perez bumped as Perez made the catch, but he held on to the ball, and that'll do it for Jarrett. So that'll do it for Gastonia. After a 5 spot in the first inning, they get nothing in the second. And we have 2 innings in the book. 5-0 Gastonia.
GSM Services helps people live better through improved comfort, health, and energy efficiency. GSM Services provides high-quality home and commercial improvement services. They offer services for heating and cooling, energy audits, duct and dryer vent cleaning, attic insulation, crawl space solutions, generators, commercial roofing, and HVAC, indoor air cleaning products, and much, much more. GSM has been taking care of their customers' comfort since 1927. This unmatched experience has led them to build reliable processes to serve you and offer guidance to help you choose the right options for your home business comfort needs. Call 1-800-NEW-COOL or visit GSMsince1927.com to talk to someone about the comfort issues you have in your home. GSM is a proud sponsor of your Gastonia Honey Hunters. Call 1-800-NEW-COOL or visit GSMsince1927.com. Go Honey Hunters!
Whether you're stuck in traffic after a long day at work or working through a 10-game road trip, nothing feels as good as being home. If you're looking to enter the marketplace as a buyer or a seller, Moss Realty has a proven history of results with professionals that operate in the highest spirit of ethical conduct. Let them work for you. Call 704-865-5555 and find out how Moss Realty gets it done. 704-865-5555, Moss Realty.
Top of inning number 3 headed our way. Henderson Perez is going to lead off for the Lexington Legends as they trail the Gastonia Honey Hunters 5-0 here in the top of the 3rd inning. It'll be Perez, the number 9 hitter, Manuel Geraldo, and then Philip Irvin, the top of the order for the Legends here in the 3rd. Riley Hovis on the mound delivers a first pitch strike to Perez. No balls and 1 strike. Henderson batting .250. Got a .649 OPS. Only been in 9 ball games for the Legends. That one was fouled off of the net and right to Manuel Geraldo, the next batter in the on-deck circle. Caught it with one hand. Put that on Sports Center as a defensive gem. No balls and 2 strikes. Next pitch is high, ball 1, 1-2. Perez has scored 6 runs. He's got 4 runs. He's got 6 hits. He does have a double. He has walked 3 times and struck out 6 times. Swung on and missed at a breaking ball in the dirt. Good pitch by Riley Hovis. And Perez goes down on strikes. 3rd strikeout in a row for Hovis. And now the shortstop, Manuel Geraldo, comes to the plate. Geraldo batting left-handed against the right-hander Hovis with a .251 average and 90 Legends so far this year. He takes a fastball and promptly slaps it off to the left. Over everything and out of play. Hovis staring in to get a sign from Stuart Levy. Here's the 1-0-1 pitch, ball. 1 ball and 1 strike. Geraldo, 5 home runs on the year, 39 runs batted in. The highest level in pro baseball that he achieved was AA. And of course there are those that would argue that this is actually better competition than AA is. He hits one high in the air to left field. Reese Hampton camps underneath it and makes the catch. So 2 away quickly here in the 3rd inning. Philip Irvin will step back into the batter's box now. He flew out to Jake Skoll in center field in his first at-bat. Irvin batting .248, 13 homers, 46 runs batted in. And there's a reason he's batting first in the lineup. He's got 31 stolen bags on the year. Former major leaguer steps into the right-handed batter's box. The pitch from Hovis misses, ball 1, 1 ball strikes. Reese Hampton is playing in the alley in left center field. Jake Skoll shaded quite a bit toward right field. Zach Jarrett straight away in right. Next pitch misses, ball 2, 2-0. Hovis lets out a big sigh. Now he's ready to come to the plate, 2-0. That's over for a strike, 2-1. Two balls, one strike, two outs, nobody on, 5-0, Honey Hunters. Next pitch, ball 3, 3-0, or 3-1. Let me see. Good night. The other Major League Baseball data, Kevin was here with his family of 4. They got 4 autographs from Magic Johnson, one of them a baseball. Here's the full count pitch. That one's hit high in the air to right field. Zach going over to have a look. Tries to climb the wall, but it's foul. So we'll do the 3-2 pitch all in to Phillip Irvin. 2 outs. Top of inning number 3, 5-0 Honey Hunters. Riley Hovis on the mound. Comes to the plate, and the payoff pitch is fouled at the plate. That almost looked like Phillip Irvin was trying to bunt. But you can't imagine somebody trying to bunt a 3-2 pitch with 2 outs. Three balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. We'll do another payoff pitch here. Hovis has the sign he wants and comes set. Now to the plate. Got him looking, strike 3. Hovis sent a beautiful breaking ball up there, and Irvin just watched it sail by for strike 3. That's 4 strikeouts, last 5 batters for Riley Hovis. And that'll do it for Phillip Irvin and the Lexington Legends here in the top of the 3rd inning after 2.5 innings of play. Gastonia 5, Lexington nothing on the Honey Hunters Radio Network.
Folks, it's been the thrill of a lifetime to bring professional baseball back to the airwaves of Gaston County. As a lifelong supporter of Gastonia baseball, I understood at an early age how important it was to hear the game when I couldn't be at the game. And with the advent of internet streaming now, Gastonia Honey Hunters games have even more import within the community. It also provides a great opportunity to get your message out to the Gaston County community. If advertising with the Honey Hunters is something that interests you, give me a call at 704-874-1810 and inquire about advertising with the Gastonia Honey Hunters. The number again, 704-874-1810. The Honey Hunters Radio Network, your hometown team. Thank you. Folks, do you find yourself lacking confidence in public places? Would you like to earn respect among your peers and be well received socially? I've got just the answer. The Honey Hunters Team Store is your source for all the best looking t-shirts, hats, and accessories for you, your kids, and even your dog. Look good, feel good, fan better. It's always drip season at the Honey Hunters Team Store at Caramont Health Park. Your online home for the Gastonia Honey Hunters is www.gohoneyhunters.com. Stats, standing stories, and more at gohoneyhunters.com. That's www.gohoneyhunters.com. Find out where your honey hunters are playing all season long at www.gohoneyhunters.com. Ticket information, www.gohoneyhunters.com. You're looking for the latest game day fashion or wanting to bring a group to Caramount Health Park? GoHoneyHunters.com. Your online home for the Gastonia Honey Hunters.
Bottom of the third inning, starting off with Jake Skoll coming to the plate. Scully had a grand slam in his first at-bat, the 22nd home run of the year for him. And the 56th RBI. Looks at a fastball high, ball one. 1 ball and no strikes. Daniel Corsino still on the bump for the Legends, and Skoll hits another one to deep right center field. The right fielder's got a beat on this one, however, and he makes the catch right in front of the warning track. So Skoll missed it by that much. And he flies out to the right fielder for out number 1. Here comes Luis Castro. Castro popped out to the right fielder in his first at-bat. What a pleasure to have Jeff Johnson stop by the booth. JJ, who was last year's Master of Ceremonies for the Honey Hunters, in town to see Magic Johnson, and good to see JJ here at the ballpark tonight. Castro looks at a ball 1-0, and Corsino comes right back, almost hits him. Luis has to turn out of the way. 2 balls and no strikes. Luis from Caja Seca, Venezuela, played with the Brewers and got as high as their AAA team. Looks at a pitch for a strike, 2 balls and 1 strike. Luis was taking all the way there. As Corsino has had a rough time of it tonight. He's already hit 3 batters and come close to hitting 2 more. There's one fouled off the screen. That'll even the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. One out in the bottom of the third inning, and Corsino has already thrown 53 pitches. The right-hander rocks on the rubber, comes to the plate. That one bounces and gets to the backstop. Full count now to Luis Castro. Castro calls time, steps out of the batter's box as Corsino was taking too much time. Now Luis sighs, steps back into the batter's box, and here's the payoff pitch to Castro. Oh, he hits it right off of his ankle, and he's going to hobble around home plate for a couple of minutes. That stings. The count holds at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Castro batting .283 coming into the game. 11 home runs, 47 runs batted in, and he has swiped 17 bases. Plays first base, plays the outfield. Next pitch hit high in the air to left center field, and this ball is deep, and this ball is gone. A home run for Luis Castro. His 12th home run of the year, and the Honey Hunters lead 6-0. 2 days ago, Castro and Roman went back-to-back home runs up at Wild Health Park against the Genomes. And now here is Roman again following a home run by Castro. First pitch to him is low, ball one. 1 ball, no strikes. Corsino winds up and brings one to the plate. Roman swings at one in the dirt. 1-1. Daniel Corsino rocks on the rubber. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. Roman swings and misses again. 1 ball and 2 strikes. One of the few times tonight that Corsino has been ahead of a batter. That one bounces. That'll even the count at 2. 1 out. Bottom of the 3rd inning, 6-0 Gastonia. The Honey Hunters started the game with a magic number of 3 over these Lexington Legends. As Roman hits one softly on the ground, the first baseman comes over to cover, picks it up, throws to the pitcher who misses first base. He caught the ball, stepped on toward the bag, but the umpire said he missed the bag and he called him safe. The first baseman is looking at the dugout saying, hey, help me here. Isaiah Tejeda, made a nice play going to his right to pick the ball up, underhanded, but threw a little bit behind Daniel Corsino. And Corsino had to stop and reach back to get it, and as he stepped toward the bag, Roman was crossing the bag just as Corsino was trying to get there, and Corsino's toe just didn't get to the bag. So that'll be a hit for Luis Roman, and now here is Emmanuel Tapia. First pitch to him misses. Ball 1, 1 ball and no strikes. Corsino from the stretch. Swung on and missed by Tapia. He had a big swing at that ball. Low and inside. So the 5th hit of the ball game for the Honey Hunters has Luis Roman at first base with 1 out. The pitch to Tapia. Oh my gosh, what a play. A line drive that the second baseman, Brandon Phillips, jumped up and snagged out of midair. That ball was headed to right field, and somehow Phillips was able to get up in the air high enough to get it. Throws back to first for the double play. What a play by Phillips. Robs Tapia of a base hit, and for good measure, doubles up Luis Roman. So that'll do it for the Honey Hunters in the bottom of the 3rd inning, but not before they pick up an extra run and add to their lead. It is 6-0 in favor of Gastonia. We'll be back on the Honey Hunters Radio Network.
Being first, the beginning of the line. So many people work so hard to be number 1. But at Caramont Health, you don't have to struggle to be first. We prioritize you. Our award-winning teams use advanced treatments to serve you. We deliver the compassion and quality you deserve, always growing, building, and innovating for your care, your health, your life. Caramont Health. care first.
This is Sam Bordner of the Gastonia Honey Hunters, and you are listening to the Honey Hunters Radio Network.
Hey.
Find out where your honey hunters are playing all season long at www.gohoneyhunters.com. Ticket information, www.gohoneyhunters.com. If you're looking for the latest game day fashion or wanting to bring a group to Caramount Health Park, gohoneyhunters.com. Your online home for the Gastonia Honey Hunters is gohoneyhunters.com. That's www.gohoneyhunters.com.
Back live at Caramount Health Park, Bob Woodard with you, and we're going to the fourth inning. It's going to be the number 2, 3, and 4 hitters in the lineup for P.J. Phillips, the manager of the Lexington Legends. Gastonia 6, Lexington nothing. It'll be Tillman Pugh, the right fielder, Courtney Hawkins, the left fielder, and Isaiah Tejeda, the first baseman. Riley Hovis has not allowed a hit so far. Brings a fastball over for a strike. No balls and 1 strike to Tillman Pugh. Pugh with 15 home runs on the year, 53 runs batted in, batting .261 coming into play today. The 0-1 pitch, over for strike 2. Hovis from the stretch. One of those pitchers that does not use a windup ever. The 0-2 pitch. Line drive into right field. That's going to drop for a base hit. 2 hops to Zach Jarrett, who picks it up and throws it back into Joseph Rosa. And that's the first hit of the ball game for the Legends. And only the second base runner. That'll bring up Courtney Hawkins, the left fielder. We told you about the year that Hawkins has been having as he grounds one to the shortstop. Reinheimer to second for 1, over to first, and they got the double play. That'll bring up Isaias Tejeda, the first baseman. Tejeda also grounded out to Reinheimer in his first at-bat. He's 0 for 1 on the night, batting .267 coming into the ball game tonight. Tejeda steps into the batter's box, gets that right foot planted. Now brings the left foot in, taps the plate, and we're ready to go. Riley Hovis getting a sign from his catcher, Stuart Levy. He comes set. Here's the pitch. Misses, ball 1, 1 ball and no strikes. Anyway, we were talking about Courtney Hawkins and the year that he's having. 44 home runs on the year. Back in 2000, Ozzie Canseco set the mark in the league at 48. Next pitch over for a strike, even though Tejeda lifted his arms and acted as if it was almost going to hit him. Count 1 ball and 1 strike. Anyway, in that year that Ozzie had 48 home runs, he was in 130 games, 452 at-bats, had 135 hits, scored 100 runs, 12 doubles, the 48 home runs, 129 RBIs with a .299 average. He also stole 21 bases. He walked 99 times, 22 of those were intentional. He struck out 150 times. And had an on-base percentage of .474. That's quite a year. Ground ball that Luis Roman cuts in front of Jack Reinheimer to get, and it went right off Luis's glove. That'll be an error on the third baseman. As Tejada gets on, and Brandon Phillips will now come to the plate. So anyway, that was the year that Ozzie Canseco had when he set the mark at 48 home runs. This year, Hawkins compares to Ozzie as the first pitch sends Brandon Phillips scrambling. Phillips, you will remember, made that dazzling play at second base. Seemed like he held up in the air forever to catch that line drive and then make a double play out of it. In the bottom of the third inning, Riley Hovis comes back to the plate with a breaking ball, misses. Ball one ball and one strike. Anyway, Hawkins has also scored 100 runs, which is the same that Canseco did that year. He's got 129 hits. Ozzie had 135. He has 21 doubles. Ozzie only had 12. And he has a triple. Ozzie did not have a triple. 112 runs batted in. Ozzie had 129. So very similar years between Ozzie and Courtney Hawkins. Ground ball to Roman, and he gets a chance to redeem himself. Tosses down to second base for the third out of the inning. It'll go 5-4 for the third out of the inning. For the Legends, no runs, no hits, nobody, or one hit. One runner left on base. At the end of 3.5 innings of play, Gastonia 6, Lexington nothing on the Honey Hunters Radio Network.
Since 1927, GSM Services has been the experts for providing services and finding solutions for issues such as heating and cooling, hot, cold, or drafty rooms, high utility bills, nasty crawl spaces, attic insulation, duct and dryer vent cleanings, indoor air quality, and much more. GSM Services, your one-stop shop for all comfort issues in your home. GSM offers 100% satisfaction guaranteed, and right now they're offering a free home energy audit. So if you're having any issues in your home or office, know that you can always trust leaving your comfort to GSM. Call 1-800-NEW-COOL or visit GSMsince1927.com to talk to someone about any comfort issues you're having in your home. GSM is a proud sponsor of your Gastonia Honey Hunters. Whether you're stuck in traffic after a long day at work or working through a 10-game road trip, nothing feels as good as being home. If you're looking to enter the marketplace as a buyer or a seller, Moss Realty has a proven history of results with professionals that operate in the highest spirit of ethical conduct. Let them work for you. Call 704-865-5555 and find out how Moss Realty gets it done. 704-865-5555, Moss Realty. Your online home for the Gastonia Honey Hunters is www.gohoneyhunters.com. Stats, standing stories, and more at gohoneyhunters.com. That's www.gohoneyhunters.com.
Hey, this is Brady Salisbury, and you're listening to the Honey Hunters Radio Network.
Stuart Levy's going to lead off the bottom of the fourth inning for the Honey Hunters as they lead 6-0. 6 runs, 5 hits, and 1 error for Gastonia. 0-1-0 for Lexington. Levy's first pitch hits it straight up in the air. Well, it's not straight up. It's going off to the left, and it's going to be just into the stands. The only thing separating that ball from the third baseman was the screen in front of where it landed in the first row. So Levy gets a reprieve. The count is 0-1. Stewart batting .219 coming into the game tonight. He was hit by a pitch back in the first inning. He hits one high in the air to center field. Center fielder is right there, backs up 5 steps and makes the catch, and there's one away. So Levy flies out to the center fielder for the first out. And that'll bring up Reese Hampton. Hampton, the left fielder, walked and scored a run in the first inning, then grounded out to second base to end the first inning. 0 for 2 on the night. Daniel Corsino still on the mound for the Legends. Rocks on the rubber and comes to the plate, and the first pitch to Hampton is up high, ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. Bottom of the fourth inning, 6-0 Gastonia. Next pitch also out of the strike zone. 2 balls and no strikes. Corsino comes back again out of the strike zone. 3 balls and no strikes. "70 pitches already for Corsino. 1 out in the top or in the bottom of the fourth inning. That pitch is over for a strike. Hampton taking all the way. 3 balls and 1 strike now. Next pitch high out of the strike zone, ball 4. So Hampton will toss the bat to the dugout, take the shin guard off and the elbow guard off, and trot down to first base with his second walk of the evening. Jack Reinheimer, 0 for 1 on the night. He was hit by a pitch and then lined out to the center fielder back in the second inning. He also scored on Jake Scholl's grand slam. Reese Hampton, first base, the league leader in stolen bases. Corsino checks him. Checks him again. Now comes to the high, ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes to Jack Reinheimer. Jack's average at .275 as he came to the ballpark tonight. 11 home runs, 60 runs batted in, 51 stolen bases. There's a line drive. That's going to stay fair over the third baseman's head, down into the corner in left field. Hampton is on his horse. He's going to come all the way in from first, and he will score as Jack Reinheimer doubles into the left field corner, and it's 7-0 Gastonia. So Reese Hampton's second run of the night that he scored, both times he got on base by walk. Joseph Rosa will now step to the plate. He doubled and knocked in a run in his first at-bat. Scored also on Scholl's grand slam. Then he got caught looking at strike three in his last at-bat in the second inning. 7 runs, 6 hits, 1 error for Gastonia. No runs, 1 hit, no errors for Lexington. Corsino from the stretch comes to the plate, over for a strike. And Joseph Rosa again looked at a high strike. And Calvin Baker's been consistent. The umpire behind the plate has called that pitch, especially against Rosa. I know he's seen 3 or 4 of those, and each time Joseph doesn't like the location and doesn't think it's a strike, but as is the case with baseball, his opinion is not the one that matters. Next pitch bounces in the dirt, runs the count to 1 ball and 1 strike. Had to do a double take and ask Colton Miller, my booth mate, who is the Major League Baseball data analyst who's sitting in here with us tonight. There's one on the ground. The second baseman has it go off of his ankle as he was sliding to get it in the hole between first and second. I'm going to guess that the scorer is going to come in and say that was a hit. But we'll wait and see. Anyway, on the play, Reinheimer comes home. So it's 8-0 now in favor of Gastonia. And Zach Jarrett will step to the plate. So yes, it is a single for Rosa. His second hit of the night, he's got a double and a single. And Jarrett steps to the plate with a runner on first base and 1 out. 8-0 Gastonia, bottom of the 4th inning. Corsino delivers a dandy breaking ball that Jarrett swings right on top of. No balls and 1 strike. Zach, who had been hovering right around 300, 299, is up to 302 now after the trip to Lexington against the Wild Health Genomes. As the next pitch sails low, ball 1, 1 ball and 1 strike. Zach has 18 home runs and 74 runs batted in on the year. Next pitch from Corsino, over for a strike, and Jarrett's in the hole, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Joseph Rosa down at at first base, after singling through the hole into right field. There's one high in the air. The catcher's coming back and taking a look, but that's going to be upstairs amongst the customers. Anderson Perez came back and gave it a good look, but ran out of room, and Zach Jarrett picks up his mask and walks toward him and hands it to him. Count will hold at 1 ball and 2 strikes. 1 out, bottom of the 4th inning, 8-0 in favor of Gastonia. 5 in the first, 1 in the third, and 2 here in the 4th. Jake Skoll is on deck for Gastonia. There's a ball hit to the second baseman. He underhands to short for 1, back to first, and it's a Legends double play. So Daniel Corsino gets out of it. as Jarrett grounds to the second baseman, who throws to the shortstop. So Rosa is out 4-6. And then Jarrett is out 4-6-3 on the double play. That'll do it for the Honey Hunters here in the bottom of the fourth inning, but not before they put another 2 spot on the board. And at the end of 4 innings of play, it is Gastonia 8 and the Legends nothing on the Honey Hunters Radio Network.
GSM Services helps people live better through improved comfort, health, and energy efficiency. GSM Services provides high-quality home and commercial improvement services. They offer services for heating and cooling, energy audits, duct and dryer vent cleaning, attic insulation, crawl space solutions, generators, commercial roofing, and HVAC, indoor air cleaning products, and much, much more. GSM has been taking care of their customers' comfort since 1927. This unmatched experience has led them to build reliable processes to serve you and offer guidance to help you choose the right options for your home business comfort needs. Call 1-800-NEW-COOL or visit GSMsince1927.com to talk to someone about the comfort issues you have in your home. GSM is a proud sponsor of your Gastonia Honey Hunters. Call 1-800-NEW-COOL or visit GSMsince1927.com. Go Honey Hunters!
Ladies and gentlemen, as a public service, here's a little vocabulary lesson for all the parents out there. The word is drip. Means cool, trendy, or hip. Where do Honey Hunters fans find their drip? Fashion destination in the Gas House is at the Honey Hunters team store at Caramount Health Park. Put some swag in your bag at the Honey Hunters team store. Hashtag drip season. Seriously, I have no idea what drip season means.
Well, Brian Rushing, it's kind of like the season that the Gastonia Honey Hunters are having. It's cool. It's a drip season. They lead the second half of the Atlantic League of Professional Baseball by 7.5 games, already having won the first half, so they're assured a spot in the playoffs, which begin here on September 20th at Caramount Health Park. We lead off the top of the 5th inning now with number 14, James Nelson, the third baseman. Nelson struck out in his first at-bat, batting .409 as he came into the game. But as we said, he'd only been in a few ball games. Fouls one back. No balls and 2 strikes from Riley Hovis, who so far has allowed just 1 hit in the ball game in the first 4 innings. Hovis from the stretch. Lets out a big sigh. Now comes to the plate with the breaking ball, and there's a high fly ball to right center field. Zach Jarrett's going back, and he makes the catch. So Hovis hit it well and seemed to hold up as Jarrett was able to get underneath it. And now here comes Montrell Marshall, who got caught looking at strike 3 in his first at-bat. He's 0 for 1 on the night. Marshall looks at strike 1. He almost pulled the trigger on it, but held up. Home plate umpire Calvin Baker rang him up on the call. No balls and 1 strike. Marshall looks at a breaking ball. That pitch is low, ball 1. So 1-1 count. The Gas House Bar and Grill out in center field is busy tonight. A lot of patrons out there. Next pitch. Marshall had to turn out of the way of that one. Hovis almost hit him. 2 balls and 1 strike. I'm going to see if I can find. There it is. I'm going to play that Gas House commercial for you in between innings. Listen to the menu they have out there. It just sounds good. There's one hit high in the air, but foul off to the right side. That'll even the count at 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Top of the 5th inning. Riley Hovis pitching to Montrell Marshall. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Pulled the string on that one and dropped the ball low with a changeup, and Montrell swung right over the top of it. So another strikeout for Hovis. Second time he's gotten Marshall, and now here's Henderson Perez, the catcher. Perez also struck out in his first at-bat. That was back in the 3rd inning. First pitch to him, misses ball 1, 1 ball and no strikes. Next pitch is fouled at the plate. That'll even the count at a ball and a strike. Hovis from the stretch. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Fouled back, a ball and 2 strikes. 2 outs, top of the 5th inning, 8-0 Gastonia. Honey Hunters have 7 hits, the Legends have 1. Riley Hovis has certainly had things going his way so far tonight. Getting through this 5th inning will do 2 things for Hovis. It'll give him the advantage of being the pitcher of record. So if the Honey Hunters can hold this lead without tying or surrendering it, he will be the winning pitcher in the game. And also, it allows the Honey Hunters to keep their designated hitter. If he has to come out before the end of the 5th inning, they lose the DH. There's one high in the air. Reese Hampton coming up from his left field position, and he camps underneath it and makes the catch. So that'll do it for the Legends. They go down 1-2-3. And we're through 5 innings, headed to the bottom of the 5th inning. 8-0 Gastonia on the Honey Hunters Radio Network.
Folks, it's been the thrill of a lifetime to bring professional baseball back to the airwaves of Gaston County. As a lifelong supporter of Gastonia baseball, I understood at an early age how important it was to hear the game when I couldn't be at the game. And with the advent of internet streaming now, Gastonia Honey Hunters games have even more import within the community. It also provides a great opportunity to get your message out to the Gaston County community. If advertising with the Honey Hunters is something that interests you, give me a call at 704-874-1810 and inquire about advertising with the Gastonia Honey Hunters. The number again, 704-874-1810. The Honey Hunters Radio Network, your hometown team. Thank you for supporting Gastonia baseball. The Gas House Bar and Grill is the place to find a broad palette of menu items that you won't find anywhere else at Caramont Health Park. Burgers? Got it. Pork nachos? Check. How about jerk chicken sandwiches? We got that too. Oh, and fried plantains? Of course we do. The Gas House Bar and Grill is a world tour for the taste buds, nightly at Caramont Health Park. We'll see you at the Gas House Bar and Grill.
This is Jake Skoll, the Gastonia Honey Hunters, and you're listening to the Honey Hunters Radio Network.
To the bottom of the 5th inning we go. Bob Woodard here at Caramont Health Park, and it's the Gastonia Honey Hunters having their way with the Lexington Legends so far tonight. 8-0 in favor of Gastonia as they head to the bottom of the 5th inning. Daniel Corsino back out on the mound for inning number 5. He got roughed up in the first inning with 5 runs, faced 10 batters. Jake Skoll had a grand slam in the first inning. Then the Honey Hunters picked up 1 in the third, 2 in the fourth for their 8 runs. Gastonia 7 hits amassed so far in the game. Lexington only 1. Now, I played the Gas House spot for you as promised. Did you hear some of the things on the menu? Have you ever tried fried plantains? Oh my gosh. That would be worth the trip just for that. Jerk chicken, barbecue. Jake Skoll is going to lead off the bottom of the 5th inning. Here's the first pitch from Corsino, and it's a no pitch as umpire Calvin Baker stepped out from behind home plate. I don't know if Skoll asked for timeout or not. I couldn't tell, but that's a no pitch. Here's the first pitch to Jake. That's low, ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. Corsino was at 70 pitches last inning. Where is he now? 83 pitches through 4 innings. 82 through 4. Next pitch misses high, ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. Jake with an OPS of .911 coming into the ball game. Watches ball 3 sail high. 3 balls and no strikes. You do not do yourself any favors by walking Jake Skoll. He can steal a base. Next pitch is high, ball 4, and he walked him. Luis Castro will be coming up now. Hey, fans, get gassed up with your Honey Hunters as they make their way toward the Atlantic League playoffs in the 2022 season. Game 1 at Caramount Health Park is September 20th. Get your tickets by calling 704-874-1810 as the first pitch misses to Castro. Ball 1, 1 ball and no strikes. That's 704-874-1810. Next pitch is down low, ball 2, 2 balls and no strikes. Jake Skoll at first base with nobody out in the bottom of the 5th inning, 8-0 in favor of Gastonia. Luis Castro playing first base tonight. It's ball 2, okay. 2 balls and no strikes. And again, Corsino having a tough time finding the strike zone. Corsino from the stretch, the 2-0 pitch, high, ball 3, 3-0. So he's thrown 7 pitches here in the bottom of the 5th inning, and all of them out of the strike zone. Walked Jake Skoll on 4 pitches, and now 1 pitch away from walking Luis Castro on 4 pitches. That pitch is low, ball 4. And Castro will trot down to first base as Skoll will trot to second on the second walk in the inning. And that'll bring up Luis Roman. Nobody throwing in the Legends bullpen. Here comes Luis Roman. Roman singled in his last at-bat and grounded out to second in his first at-bat. Was out on the front end of a double play back in the third inning. Looks at a pitch low, ball one, 1 ball and no strikes. So 9 consecutive balls to start the inning for Daniel Corsino. And that's kind of the way the night's been going for the right-hander. First baseman is calling timeout and going to the pitcher's mound, and he's calling for the trainer to come out. He was whistling to the dugout as he walked toward the mound, and he motioned with his glove as if to say, "Come here, come here." And it might be that Corsino has hurt himself. They're talking to the right-hander now. P.J. Phillips is on his way out to the mound to check on his right-hander. Trainer is still out there talking to him. Calvin Baker, the home plate umpire, is also out there involved in the conversation, as is the catcher, Henderson Perez. And that's going to do it for Daniel Corsino. He is going to walk back into the dugout, and he's hurt apparently, as he's walking back very gingerly to the dugout. And that'll do it for the right-hander. He goes 4+ innings, gives up 8 runs and 7 hits. The runners on first and second base, Jake Skoll and Luis Castro, belong to him. And now we have a new hurler in the ball game for the Legends. And that is Brandon Phillips. No, it's not. That's not Brandon Phillips. Brandon Phillips is playing second base. That's Teodoro Martinez, who is listed as an outfielder on the roster, but he's coming in to pitch, and he'll get all the time he needs to warm up. And you certainly hope that Daniel Corsino is all right. While we have a few minutes, Lancaster in the bottom of the 5th inning at Charleston leads 5-2. Southern Maryland is at York tonight, and York is holding on to a 5-2 advantage, and they are in the top of the 7th inning. So that game is actually going pretty quickly. Staten Island is playing at Long Island tonight. They're all knotted up at 3 in the bottom of the 5th inning. The High Point Rockers hold a 9-1 lead over the White Health Genomes up in White Health Park in Lexington, where the Honey Hunters just came from after sweeping a 3-game series. And if High Point keeps going the way they're going, okay, so that's not Teodoro Martinez, it's Dazon Cole, who is the pitcher. He's wearing number 9 tonight instead of his regular number 7. Luis Roman steps into the batter's box with nobody out, runners on first and second. And the first pitch is low, ball 1 ball and no strikes from Dazon Cole. There's a pitch that's lifted into left center field. The center fielder's coming over and he's calling it, makes the catch, and the runners will hold where they are at second and first. Jake Skoll at second base, Luis Castro at first. Now there's one out, and here comes the big guy, Emmanuel Tapia. Top single first inning and then lined out to the second baseman on a great play by Brandon Phillips. Brandon Phillips made an excellent jump to catch a line drive that Tapia just smoked. Phillips came down with it and made a throw over to first to double off Luis Roman, who was caught in no man's land because the way the ball was hit, it was going into right field and was definitely going to be a hit until Phillips climbed the ladder and hauled it in. Tapia fouls off the first pitch and looks at one out of the strike zone, 1 ball and 1 strike. So Dazon Cole takes over. Delivers outside, ball 2, 2 balls and 1 strike. And again, the runners on first and second belong to Daniel Corsino, who had to leave the ball game with an injury. And because Corsino was not able to get through 5 innings, they lose their designated hitter. Yeah, and they will probably lose him for the night. The only way they could have the designated hitter come up again is if he did it in this next half inning. Swung on and missed from Tapia. 3 balls and 2 strikes. So Montrell Marshall is the DH, but he made the second out of the last inning, and there was only 1 batter next, and that was Henderson Perez. So we'd have to go through 8 batters before we got back to the DH spot for the Lexington Legends. Next pitch, Tapia lets his bat fly. Did that go into the stands? I didn't see it. It was headed toward the seats. I don't know if it made it or not. We can't see down there. The Tapia goes down on strikes. And that'll bring up Stuart Levy. Levy was hit by a pitch and then flew out to the right fielder in his last at bat. 0 for 1 on the night. 8-0 Gastonia. Bottom of the 5th inning, 2 outs. Runners on first and second. Jake Skoll at second, Luis Castro at first. And the first pitch from Cole to Stuart Levy is fouled back. No balls and 1 strike. What a gorgeous evening in Gastonia. It's a cool evening. but pretty as you please. And they're actually saying that we might have some weather tomorrow and Sunday. So stay tuned to GoHoneyHunters.com to find out about game times and schedules, and if it's raining, whether or not there are any cancellations or just what's going on. Levy fouls the second pitch back off the net, and again, no balls and 2 strikes. Over 3,000 folks in the house tonight, making some noise for their Honey Hunters. Here's the 0-2 pitch to Levy. Hit him on the hand. Unfortunately, that's part of the bat. So it ends up being a foul ball, no balls and 2 strikes, and that's smarts. Stewart was shaking his hand. Now he's extending his fingers back and forth. Home plate umpire Calvin Baker is going to give him a little courtesy by going out and cleaning off the plate. Asked Stewart if he's okay as he walked by, and Stewart nodded. Here he comes. Stewart's a catcher. He's tough anyway, right? He's a catcher. He's tough anyway. Here's the 0-2 pitch from Cole. Outside, ball 1, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Dejan Cole gets the sign from his catcher, Henderson Perez. Here's the 1-2 pitch. That's in the dirt. Scholl's going to take off and go to third, and Castro is going to go to second. So the wild pitch moves the runners up 90 feet. Runners are in scoring position now. 2-2 is the count to Stuart Levy. Dejan Cole takes a deep sigh. Now comes it swung on 3 and he got him. So Levy goes down on strikes. That'll end the bottom of the 5th inning for the Honey Hunters. No runs, no hits, 2 runners left on base at the 5 innings of play. Gastonia 8. Lexington nothing on the Honey Hunters Radio Network.
Being first. Beginning of the line. So many people work so hard to be number one. But at Caramont Health, you don't have to struggle to be first. We prioritize you. Our award-winning teams use advanced treatments to serve you. We deliver the compassion and quality you deserve, always growing, building, and innovating for your care, your health, your life. Caramont Health. Care first.
This is Sam Bordner of the Gastonia Honey Hunters, and you are listening to the Honey Hunters Radio Network.
Hey, this is Brady Salisbury, and you're listening to the Honey Hunters Radio Network.
What could be better this summer than a Honey Hunters baseball season? The crack of the bat, the pop of the mitt, the smell of fresh cut. Hey guys, stop. We have turf here at the ballpark. Let's try this again. The smell of fresh cut. Domino's Pizza. Sold nightly here at Caramont Health Park. The Gastonia Honey Hunters and Domino's Pizza. A winning combination. Looking for a new career? Want to make an upwards of $40,000 a year? Want to work a schedule that fits your lifestyle? Want to do it all from the front seat of your car? I thought I had your attention. Domino's is hiring. If you want to cash in on a new opportunity, log on to jobs.domino's.com. That's jobs.domino's.com. If coming to a Honey Hunters game is good, then coming to a game as a group is better. If you're a school, church, or civic organization looking for a great time together, call 704-874-1810 and ask about a group package. The number again is 704-874-1810. Ask about our picnic options that include hot dogs, sliders, and pulled pork. 704-874-1810. Honey Hunters Baseball. Better with friends.
GSM Services helps people live better through improved comfort, health, and energy efficiency. GSM Services provides high-quality home and commercial improvement services. They offer services for heating and cooling, energy audits, duct and dryer vent cleaning, attic insulation, crawl space solutions, generators, commercial roofing, and HVAC, indoor air cleaning products, and much, much more. GSM has been taking care of their customers' comfort since 1927. This unmatched experience has led them to build reliable processes to serve you and offer guidance to help you choose the right options for your home business comfort needs. Call 1-800-NEW-COOL or visit GSMsince1927.com to talk to someone about the comfort issues you have in your home. GSM is a proud sponsor of your Gastonia Honey Hunters. Call 1-800-
Back live at Caramount Health Park, top of the sixth inning. Manuel Geraldo is leading off for the Lexington Legends as they trail the Honey Hunters 8-0. Riley Hovis having an outstanding performance on the mound so far, just allowing one hit through 5 innings. Manuel Geraldo is up now. The count to him is 0-2. Hovis delivers 0-2, swung on and missed, strike 3. So 1 out, top of the 6th inning. Sixth strikeout in the ball game for Hovis. And we're back to the top of the order, and Philip Irvin. Irvin, the center fielder, got caught looking at his last at-bat and also flew out to the center fielder. He's 0 for 2 on the night. Right-handed batter against the right-hander Riley Hovis. First pitch to him, misses ball 1, 1 ball and no strikes. For the Honey Hunters, Luis Roman at third base, Reinheimer at short, Joseph Rosa at second, Luis Castro at first. As the next pitch is swung on and missed, strike 2. Stuart Levy is behind the plate. Reese Hampton out in left field. Jake Skoll in center. Zach Jarrett in right. And Riley Hovis on the mound. 1-1 is the count. I thought it was 0-2. Pardon me. Now it's 2 balls and 1 strike as the next pitch sails low and outside. Tillman Pugh is on deck. The pitch from Hovis. There's a high fly ball to center field. Skoll's going back. He'll have plenty of room, and he makes the catch. So 2 outs in the inning as Irvin flies out to center field for the second time tonight. And that'll bring up Tillman Pugh, who has a pop foul to the first baseman, Luis Castro. And he also has the only hit for the Legends. He singled back in the 4th inning, but then was out on the front end of a double play that Courtney Hawkins grounded into. One for 2 on the night. Came into the game batting .261. Hovis delivers low. In fact, that one's in the turf. 1 ball and no strikes. Show you how well Hovis is throwing tonight. That pitch, even though it was in the turf, had Pugh about ready to pull the trigger on it. And now Hovis comes right back with an off-speed pitch that ties him up again, and it's 1 strike. So even on a ball in the dirt, you got the batters wondering if they should have a rip at it. That's when you know things are going your way. Next pitch, check swing. I didn't see a call. No swing, says the first base umpire. So Mike Williams making the call down at first base. That'll run the count to 2 balls and a strike. Next pitch swung on and missed. Pugh had a big cut at it. And that'll even the count at 2. If Pugh continues the inning, Courtney Hawkins is on deck. Next pitch, breaking ball. Runs the count full, 3-2. Hovis bends over and dusts off his shoes a little bit, his left shoe actually, and now stares in to get a sign from his catcher, Stuart Levy. Got the one he wants, and he comes set. Here's the 3-2 pitch. On the ground to Reinheimer at short. He picks it up, throws across to Castro, and it's a 1-2-3 inning again for Riley Hovis. Nothing doing for
advertising with the Gastonia Honey Hunters. The number again, 704-874-1810. The Honey Hunters Radio Network, your hometown team. Thank you for supporting Gastonia baseball.
Ladies and gentlemen, as a public service, here's a little vocabulary lesson for all the parents out there. The word is drip. It means cool, trendy, or hip. Where do Honey Hunters fans find their drip? Your fashion destination in the Gas House is at the Honey Hunters team store at Paramount Health Park. Put some swag in your bag at the Honey Hunters team store. Hashtag drip season. Seriously, I have no idea what drip season means.
This is Sam Bordner of the Gastonia Honey Hunters, and you are listening to the Honey Hunters Radio Network.
To the bottom of the 6th inning we go. Gastonia is going to be sending up the top of the order: Reese Hampton, Jack Reinheimer, and then Joseph Rosa. Hampton walked and scored a run in the 1st and the 4th inning, and in between that he grounded out to the second baseman, so he's 0 for 1 on the night with 2 runs scored. Came into the ball game batting .267. Where Hampton has shined this year is on the base paths. He's got 43 stolen bases. First pitch to him is high, ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes from Dazon Cole. D-A-Z-O-N. Dazon. Came in and pitched the last inning after Daniel Corsino had given up a walk and a double. Next pitch misses, ball 2, 2 balls and no strikes. Corsino went out of the game hurt. I'm sorry, he had given up 2 walks in the 5th and then came out of the ball game. So he is on the hook for the loss. And that also cost Lexington the designated hitter. Next pitch to Hampton is foul tipped at the plate and held onto by the catcher, Henderson Perez, and that's the first out of the inning. So Hampton swung at a high fastball, wasn't happy about that, and then even more unhappy about the fact that Perez was able to hang on to the ball. First pitch to Jack Reinheimer hits him. Second time tonight that Reinheimer's been hit by the pitch. That one got him right on the shoulder. So Reinheimer on at first for the 3rd time tonight. As he was hit by a pitch and scored a run, and then doubled in the 4th inning and scored a run. He also lined out to the center fielder. Busy night for the Honey Hunter shortstop. And here's Joseph Rosa. He looks at a first pitch strike, no balls and 1 strike. It's the first batter that's been hit by Dazon Cole. The 4th batter that's been hit on the night for the Honey Hunters. The previous 3, obviously, by Daniel Corsino, the starting pitcher. Next pitch misses, ball 1, 1 ball and 1 strike to the Honey Hunters second baseman, Joseph Rosa. Rosa will probably have 90 runs batted in by the end of the season. He's got 86 coming into the ball game. And he drove in a run in the 1st inning to give him 87. Cole from the stretch. Rosa hits one high in the air. That's going to sail off into the seats. And that'll be a souvenir for one of the customers. Over 3,100 in the house, they said. 3,100 folks. 31 and some change. One ball and 2 strikes to the Honey Hunter second baseman, Joseph Rosa. Hits one high in the air down the line, and that's going to sail off into the crowd. He gave that one a ride. That was well past the picnic area. One ball and 2 strikes. There's another one in the air. Center fielder's coming over, left fielder's coming underneath it, and he will make the grab. As Courtney Hawkins hauls that one in. And there are 2 outs now. Zach Jarrett will now come to the plate. Zach was hit by a pitch and scored on Jake Scholl's grand slam in the first inning. First pitch from Cole, he hits right to the second baseman, who looks to the shortstop who's bag yet and then tosses over to first for the out. So Jarrett grounds out 4-3, and that'll do it for the Honey Hunters here in the sixth. No runs, no hits, one runner left on base, and at the end of 6 innings of play, Gastonia 6, Lexington nothing. Gastonia 8 and Lexington nothing on the Honey Hunters Radio Network.
GSM Services helps people live better through improved comfort, health, and energy efficiency. GSM Services provides high-quality home and commercial improvement services. They offer services for heating and cooling, energy audits, duct and dryer vent cleaning, attic insulation, crawl space, generators, commercial roofing, and HVAC, indoor air cleaning products, and much, much more. GSM has been taking care of their customers since 1927. This unmatched experience has led them to build reliable processes to serve you and offer guidance to help you choose the right options for your home business comfort needs. Call 1-800-NEW-COOL or visit GSM-since-1927.com to talk to someone about the comfort issues you have in your home. GSM is a proud sponsor of your Gastonia Honey Hunters. Call 1-800-NEW-COOL or visit GSM-since-1927.com. Go Honey Hunters!
Where do Honey Hunters fans find their drip? Your fashion destination is in the Gas House at the Honey Hunters Team Store at Caramont Health Park. Put some swag in your bag at the Honey Hunters Team Store.
Online education is better with us. At Belmont Abbey College, we offer quality, affordable online degrees that fit your life and your budget. We're better because with us, our faith foundation drives all we do. We care about every student. We instill every degree with excellence and virtue. Plus, we're local, personal, and ready to help you thrive. Experience the Abbey difference. Get the better online degree with Belmont Abbey College. Register today, and you could win dinner for 2 on us. Visit GoHoneyHunters.com/Belmont Abbey to learn more.
Folks, it's been the thrill of a lifetime to bring professional baseball back to the airwaves of Gaston County. As a lifelong supporter of Gastonia baseball, I understood at an early age how important it was to hear the game when I couldn't be at the game. And with the advent of internet streaming now, Gastonia Honey Hunters games have even more import within the community. It also provides a great opportunity to get your message out to the Gaston County community. If advertising with the Honey Hunters is something that interests you, give me a call at 704-874-1810.
Onis Farfan will come out of the bullpen and take over for Riley Hovas, who pitched an absolutely brilliant 6 innings. No runs, 1 hit, leaving 8-0 as he goes out of the ball game and turns it over to Onis Farfan, who delivers a ball to Courtney Hawkins. And the top of the 7th inning is underway. Hawkins batting third in the lineup, the left fielder, has walked and grounded into a double play. Started the night at a .294 average. Next pitch misses, ball 2, 2 balls and no strikes. Farfan pitching from the windup, comes right back, and there's a high fly ball into right center field. Jake Scholes coming up underneath it, and he'll make the catch as he calls Zach Jarrett off of it. 1 out. Eight to nothing, Gastonia here in the top of the 7th inning. 8 runs, 7 hits, and an error for the Honey Hunters. No runs, 1 hit for the Legends. And Isaias Tejeda will step to the plate now, the first baseman. Grounded out to the shortstop. And was on an error back in the 4th inning. He's 0 for 1 on the night. Looks at a ball, 1 ball and no strikes from Onis Farfan. There's a high fly ball off to the right and out of play. 1 ball and 1 strike now. Farfan from the windup, the 1-1 pitch, breaking ball on the ground to Reinheimer at short. He picks it up and throws across to Castro, and there are quickly 2 outs. That'll bring up Brandon Phillips. Phillips flew out to right field and grounded out to the third baseman. 0 for 2 on the night. Came into the game batting .255. Onus Farfan on the mound. Phillips now in the batter's box. Farfan rocks on the rubber and comes to the plate. Misses low and outside. Ball 1, 1 ball and no strikes. Bam is standing right out in front of our booth, taking pictures with some of the 3,100 folks that are in the house tonight. And our fan drilled, rolls to Joseph Rosa at second base, who picks up the ball and throws him out. But man, that hit his glove, or else it would have been scary. He was so happy that he jumped over the foul line. Yeah. Right. Official scorer came in and said that hit him, right? And I said, yep. So it's a 1-4-3 out that takes care of Phillips. And it's 7th inning stretch time here at the ballpark on the Honey Hunters Radio Network.
Folks, it's been the thrill of a lifetime to bring professional baseball back to the airwaves of Gaston County. As a lifelong supporter of Gastonia baseball, I understood at an early age how important it was to hear the game when I couldn't be at the game. And with the advent of internet streaming now, Gastonia Honey Hunters games have even more import within the community. It also provides a great opportunity to get your message out to the Gastonia community. If advertising with the Honey Hunters is something that interests you, give me a call at 704-874-1810 and inquire about advertising Gastonia Honey Hunters. The number again, 704-874-1810. The Honey Hunters Radio Network, your hometown team. Whether you're stuck in traffic after a long day at work or working through a 10-game road trip, nothing feels as good as being home. If you're looking to enter the marketplace as a buyer or a seller, Moss Realty has a proven history of results with professionals that operate in the highest spirit of ethical conduct. Let them work for you. Call 704-865-5555 and find out how Moss Realty gets it done. 704-865-5555, Moss Realty. Looking for a new career? Want to make an upwards of $40,000 a year? Want to work a schedule that fits your lifestyle? Want to do it all from the front seat of your car? I thought I had your attention. Domino's is hiring. If you want to cash in on a new opportunity, log on to jobs.domino's.com. That's jobs.domino's.com.
This is Jake Skoll, the Gastonia Honey Hunters, and you're listening to the Honey Hunters Radio Network.
Get social with your favorite baseball team at Go Honey Hunters on Facebook, Twitter.
Oh, heck, just get social with your favorite baseball team by coming out to the ballpark this final weekend of the regular season. We're in the bottom of the 7th inning, 8-0 Honey Hunters. 8 runs, 7 hits, 1 error for Gastonia. No runs, 1 hit, no errors for Lexington. And Jake Skoll will lead off. There's a new pitcher in the ball game for Lexington. Yaramil Giraldo, a 6'1", 180-pounder who played in high A ball, delivers a ball to Skoll, no balls and one strike. Jake checks his swing but goes too far. 1 ball and 1 strike. Yaramil Giraldo, Yaramil. Giraldo standing on the rubber, working out of a windup, delivers low, ball 2, 2 balls and 1 strike. Left-handed batter against the right-handed throwing Giraldo. Skoll fouls the next pitch off to the left and out of play. That'll even the count at 2, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Skoll looks at ball 3, low and inside. Up in York, York just put a 4 spot on the board after putting a 2 spot on the boards in innings 5 and 6, and in the bottom of the 7th inning, 9-2 in favor of York. Lancaster is ahead of the Charleston Dirty Birds 6-2 in the bottom of the 8th inning. Staten Island is 1 behind Long Island 4-3 in the top of the 7th. And the High Point Rockers are rocking tonight. They're 10-1 in favor of them, let's try that again. Rented lips, folks, sorry. The High Point Rockers are rocking it tonight against the Wild Health Genomes. 10-1 in the bottom of the 6th inning. There we go. See, it wasn't too hard to get that out, was it? Skoll fouls another one off. The count remains full at 3-2. Nobody out, bottom of the 7th inning, 8-0 here at the ballpark. And Skoll fouls another one off. This one goes right to Chuck Stewart in the third base coach's box. Stewart puts his right foot up and lets the ball hit that before he bends over to pick it up. And the count holds at 3-2. Jake out of Woodstock, Georgia, got as far as Double-A ball with the Yankees organization. A clean-shaven Jake Skoll, I might add. Fouls another one off and stays alive. Kind of strange to see Jake without the beard and mustache. Skoll is running down to first base, and they called him out. He's standing in between home and first base with his arms out like, what happened? Now he's talking to the home plate umpire. Skoll still pleading his case as he walks in front of the plate toward the third base dugout. And now he's accepted his fate as he takes his helmet off and goes down the stairs into the dugout. Here's Luis Castro with one out now. Castro swings at the first pitch and hits it high behind home plate and out of play. No balls and one strike to the Honey Hunters first baseman, former Brewers AAA farmhand, Luis Castro. It was a breaking ball that was fouled at the plate by Castro. Count is no balls and two strikes. All right, so it looked like Jake had a half swing at that pitch. Said he tipped it, and the catcher caught it. So it's not looking at strike three, it's foul tip, strike three. Colton Miller, our partner in the booth. There's a fair ball over the bag at third. A long throw by the third baseman, and he got him. Oh, my goodness. What a play by the third baseman, James Nelson. Nelson was deep at third base. That ball crossed over the third base bag. As it was crossing over the bag fair, it ended up in foul territory, bounced in foul territory once, all the way back to where the dirt and the grass meet, where Nelson fielded it and made the long throw across, able to get Castro just by a step. 2 outs now, bottom of the 7th inning. My, oh my, what a play. First pitch to Luis Roman is over for a strike. No balls and one strike. Geraldo delivers the next pitch outside of the strike zone. Ball one, 1 ball and 1 strike. Yaramil Geraldo. And umpire Calvin Baker behind home plate had called time, so that was a no pitch. Geraldo, the third pitcher used in the game by P.J. Phillips. The 1-1 pitch misses low, ball 2, 2-1. And again, out of the strike zone, 3-1. So Dazon Cole went 2 innings. And did not give up a hit. Struck out 3 to kind of quiet the storm that was the Honey Hunters offense in the first 4+ innings. 8-0 Gastonia, 7 hits. Nothing on the scoreboard for the Legends, 1 hit. The count is 3 balls and 2 strikes now to Luis Roman. Yaramil Geraldo from the stretch. Here's the payoff pitch. Roman fouls it off to the left and out of play. We'll do it again, 3-2. Outfield playing Roman straight away. The infield playing back, with the middle infielders out on the outfield grass or turf. Here's the 3-2 pitch from Geraldo. Low, but Roman takes a whiff at it anyway and fouls it down outside of first and down the line. And stays alive. Here we go again. Roman back in the batter's box. Geraldo comes set. And the 3-2 pitch. Again, fouled off, and Roman stays alive. 2 outs, bottom of the 7th inning, 8-0 Gastonia. Here we go again. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Yes, swung on and missed. So Geraldo wins that battle as Roman strikes out. Second strikeout of the inning for Geraldo. And down goes Roman and the Honey Hunters. 1-2-3 in the bottom of the 7th inning, but they lead 8-0 as we head to the 8th on the Honey Hunters Radio Network.
Being first, the beginning of the line. So many people work so hard to be number one. But at Caramount Health, you don't have to struggle to be first. We prioritize you. Our award-winning teams use advanced treatments to serve you. We deliver the compassion and quality you deserve, always growing, building, and innovating for your care, your health, your life. Caramount Health. Care first.
This is Sam Bordner of the Gastonia Honey Hunters, and you are listening to the Honey Hunters Radio Network.
Hey, this is Salisbury, and you're listening to the Honey Hunters Radio Network.
What could be better this summer than a Honey Hunters baseball season? The crack of the bat, the pop of the mitt, the smell of fresh cut. Hey guys, stop. We have turf here at the ballpark. Let's try this again. The smell of fresh cut. Domino's Pizza. Sold nightly here at Caramount Health Park. Gastonia Honey Hunters and Domino's Pizza. A winning combination.
Back live at Caramount Health. Bob Woodard with you. So glad you joined us tonight. Thank you for spending a part of your evening with us as the Gastonia Honey Hunters have had things going their way so far in the ball game. 7 innings, it's 8-0 Gastonia. And the Legends of Lexington have only been able to amass 1 hit in the game. We head to the top of the 8th inning. Onus Farfan is on for his 2nd inning of work. He got the Legends 1-2-3 in the last inning. Farfan will be facing the number 6, 7, and 8 hitters in the lineup. James Nelson and Darian Sanford is going to be coming up next. And we'll tell you more about him in just a second. First pitch to Nelson is over for a strike. No balls and 1 strike. The 0 pitch from Farfan to Nelson is fouled at the plate. Count will remain at no balls and 2 strikes. Darian Sanford, who is on deck. Yeah, perhaps you recognize the name. He was with the Honey Hunters last month, as a matter of fact, and was released and signed with Lexington. When he left the Honey Hunters, he was 5 stolen bases away from the all-time record. And since then, he has surpassed that mark, and he holds the all-time record for stolen bases in the Atlantic League of Professional Baseball. Next pitch from Farfan misses. It's ball 2, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Hey fans, the decision to buy or sell your home is a lifetime decision and one you'll always remember. Moss Realty makes your experience pleasant, hassle-free with no hoops to jump through, and they are ready. Moss Realty can do that for you and has done it for so many more over the last 20 years or so. Moss Realty. So 1 out here in the top of the 8th inning.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? Now pinch hitting for Lexington, number 2, Darian Sanford. Sanford with your hold up.
Darian Sanford steps into the batter's box. The first pitch from Farfan misses, ball 1, 1 ball and no strikes. Farfan the lefty, Sanford the right-handed batter, looks at ball 2 outside, 2 balls and no strikes. Farfan from the windup, rocks on the rubber and comes to the plate. 2-0 high, ball 3, 3-0. And Sanford turns away from the next pitch as it's inside, ball. So a 4-pitch walk for Darian. The all-time leader in steals, Atlantic League. Sanford has 12 stolen bases on the year, 6 with Gastonia and 6 with Lexington. Farfan, the left-hander, pitching out of the stretch now, will be looking right at him. And Luis Castro walks over to first base. And now Goose Gazzo is telling him to go ahead and play where he normally would. So Onus Farfan, from the stretch, checks Sanford, comes to the plate. It's on the ground to Jack Reinheimer. He underhands to second for 1 and back across for a Honey Hunter double play. So it goes to Joseph Rosa and then over to Luis Castro, who throws it back to Rosa after the outs are made. So Sanford walked, and then Henderson Perez, the catcher, grounded into a 4-6-3 double play. We're through 7.5 innings of play. We're heading to the bottom of the 8th. It's 8-0 in favor of Gastonia on the Honey Hunters Radio Network.
Folks, it's been the thrill of a lifetime to bring professional baseball back to the airwaves of Gaston County.
As a lifelong supporter of Gastonia baseball, I understood at an early age how important it was to hear the game when I couldn't be at the game. And with the advent of internet streaming now, Gastonia Honey Hunters games have even more import within the community. It also provides a great opportunity to get your message out to the Gaston County community. If advertising with the Honey Hunters is something that interests you, give me a call at 704-874-1810 and inquire about advertising with the Gastonia Honey Hunters. The number again, 704-874-1810. The Honey Hunters Radio Network, your hometown team. Thank you for supporting Gastonia baseball.
Online education is better with us. At Belmont Abbey College, we offer quality, affordable online degrees that fit your life and your budget. We're better because with us, our faith foundation drives all we do. We care about every student. We instill every degree with excellence and virtue. Plus, we're local, personal, and ready to help you thrive. Experience the Abbey difference. Get the better online degree with Belmont Abbey College. Register today, and you could win dinner for two on us. Visit GoHoneyHunters.com/Belmont Abbey to learn more.
Folks, it's been the thrill of a lifetime to bring professional baseball back to the airwaves of Gaston County.
And you've told us that several times, Brian Rushing. Thank you. A new pitcher in the ball game for Lexington. So Darian Sanford goes out to center field, and Philip Irvin comes from center field to the mound, and he will take over. He will face Emmanuel Tapia, Stuart Levy, and Reese Hampton, the numbers 8, 9, and 1 hitters. And Sanford is out in center field. The first pitch, high, ball one ball and no strikes, about 70 miles an hour. Remember that Irvin is an outfielder, and he throws a strike over, this time at 68 miles an hour. That one's outside. So this is mop-up time, basically. P.J. Phillips says, we're going to save our pitchers for the next two games of the weekend, as Tapia fouls one off. The count is 3 balls and 2 strikes now. Swings and misses at a 77 mile an hour straight pitch. Do we dare call it a fastball? It was 7 miles an hour faster than his first pitch. Stuart Levy will step up now. First pitch to him is outside, ball 1 ball and no strikes. So Tapia 1 for 4 on the night, second time he's gone down on strikes, as Levy fouls one back off to the right of home plate and out of play. PA announcer Brian Rushing telling the fans that we need you to get off the dugouts at this time. Apparently somebody was not reading their seat assignment very correctly on their ticket. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Levy. There's a high fly ball off to the right and out of play. The count will hold at 2-2. Levy hit by the pitch in the first inning and left at first base. He flied out to right field and struck out. 0 for 2 on the night. Fouls another one off to the right. Philip Irvin is an outfielder, just basically throwing lollipops up to the plate. That one bounces in the dirt. Levy taps it with the end of the bat so it doesn't go too far away, and then hands it to the other catcher. Next pitch is ball 4. So Levy is on with a walk, and here comes Reese Hampton. Hampton has walked twice and scored 2 runs. He's also grounded out and struck out. 0 for 2 on the night officially. Eight to nothing. Honey Hunters here in the bottom of the 8th inning. 8 runs, 7 hits, 1 error for Gastonia. No runs, 1 hit, no errors for the Legends. Next pitch outside to Hampton. No balls and 1 strike. I'm sorry, 1 ball and no strikes. Another pitch high, 2-0. Basically, Philip Irvin looks like he's just out there trying to have fun and trying to get the ball over the plate. Instead, he sends one over Hampton's head, 3-0. That one sails over the plate as Hampton was taking all the way, 3 balls and 1 strike. Strike 2. So now the count is full. Irvin from the stretch. High ball 4. So there's 2 walks in a row as Hampton will take first base. And that'll bring up Jack Reinheimer. Reinheimer hit by a pitch and scored a run in the first inning, doubled and scored in the 4th, hit by another pitch in the 6th, and lined out in the 2nd inning. So he's actually 1 for 2 on the night with 2 runs scored. Looks at 2 balls out of the strike zone. It's 2-0. And Irvin's just getting the ball and basically throwing it. He does stop in a stretch so that he can keep the runners from stealing bases at will. Now it's 3-0. And there's one over for a strike. 3 balls and 1 strike. Reinheimer hits one foul off to the right and out of play. That'll run the count full. Irvin's not even trying to throw hard. He's throwing between 68 and 77 miles an hour. And he tries to hand that one to his catcher, and it ends up being a pitch high for ball 4, so he's walked 3 in a row. So Levy down to third base. Reese Hampton down to second. Reinheimer goes to first. And that'll bring up Joseph Rosa. Rosa doubled and scored a run in the first inning, also knocked a run in. Got caught looking at strike 3, singled in the 4th, and flew out to left field. 1-0 is the count to him. Bases loaded, nobody, or 1 out. Bottom of the 8th inning, and Rosa lines one into right field for a base hit. It's a 1-hopper. 1 run will come across, and that's it. As the right fielder had the ball right in front of him. So that brings Levy home. It's 9-0 in favor of the Honey Hunters. Hampton to third. Reinheimer to second. And Rosa on at first base with a single. Zach Jarrett hits one foul outside of third and down the line. Chuck Stewart called it fair, but he's the third base coach. You would expect him to say that. Well, it's a final in Southern Maryland as the Revolution from York prevail 9-2 in that ball game. One ball and no strikes. I'm sorry, 1 ball and 2 strikes now to Zach Jarrett. Two balls and 2 strikes now to Jarrett. There's one on the ground to the shortstop. He stops, throws to second for 1, but there's no play at first. Another run comes across as Hampton comes home, and it's 10-0 in favor of the Honey Hunters. Jake Skoll will now step to the plate with 2 outs and runners on the corners. 10-0 Gastonia. Philip Irvin delivers a strike to Skoll. No balls and 1 strike. Lancaster took care of. There's a line drive, and the center fielder comes in, and he's not going to be able to make the catch. So it'll be a single for Skoll. As Reinheimer comes home, it's 11-0 now. Skoll has his second hit of the ball game to go along with the grand slam that he had in the first inning. There's Luis Castro coming to the plate now. He also has a home run on the night. Looks at a first pitch strike, no balls and 1 strike. Lancaster took care of Charleston tonight, 6-2. There's a high fly ball to left field. That ball is back, and it's going to be off the top of the wall. Jarrett comes home on the play. It's going to be a double for Castro. And Skoll goes down to third base. Three runs across in the inning. It's 4 runs across in the inning. Pardon me. It's now 12-0 in favor of the Honey Hunters. And here's Luis Roman. There's one that's an excuse me swing that Irvin goes off the mound toward the third base bag to get, and he turns and throws to first, and Roman goes down. Roman thought it was on the bag, or on the plate, but it ends up being a 1-3 ground out for the third out of the inning. The Honey Hunters send 9 men to the plate. 4 of them come across, and after 8 innings of play, it's 12-0 Gastonia on the Honey Hunters Radio Network.
Being first, the beginning of the line. So many people work so hard to be number 1. But at Caramount Health, you don't have to struggle to be first. We prioritize you. Our award-winning teams use advanced treatments to serve you. We deliver the compassion and quality you deserve, always growing, building, and innovating for your care, your health, your life. Caramount Health. Care first.
This is Sam Bordner of the Gastonia Honey Hunters, and you are listening to the Honey Hunters Radio Network.
What could be better this summer than a Honey Hunters baseball season? The crack of the bat, the pop of the mitt, the smell of fresh cut. Hey guys, stop. We have turf here at the ballpark. Let's try this again. The smell of fresh cut. Domino's Pizza. Sold nightly here at Caramount Health Park. The Gastonia Honey Hunters and Domino's Pizza. A winning combination.
This is Jake Skoll, the Gastonia Honey Hunters, and you're listening to the Honey Hunters Radio Network.
Get social with
Top of the 9th inning is upon us here at Caramount Health Park. And the newest Honey Hunter pitcher, Kent Kleiman, is coming into the game. He saw his first action last night And we don't have anything. Yes, we do. Pitched 1 inning, gave up 2 hits, no runs. Has no ERA. Big, tall left-hander. I think Brian Rushing last night said he was 6'7". In any event, he will be facing Manuel Geraldo, the number 9 hitter, and then back to the top of the order, and Phillip Ervin and Tillman Pugh. First pitch from Kleiman is low, ball 1 ball and no strikes. Geraldo flied out to left field and struck out. He's 0 for 2 on the night. Hits one high in the air off to the right and out of play. The Legends shortstop. 1 ball and 1 strike. Kleiman getting that right foot set before he comes to the plate. Swung on and missed at a 90-mile-an-hour fastball, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Geraldo swung right over the top of that pitch. Line drive, a 1-hopper to second baseman Joseph Rosa. He looks at the ball before he throws across to get him out. 1 out in the top of the 9th inning. That ball looked like it was hit a lot harder than it actually was. And it made a lot of noise. Now here's the pitcher, Phillip Ervin. He actually started the night as the center fielder, but then pitched the last inning in just a mop-up job. Ended up giving up 4 runs. It's 12-0 Gastonia here in the top of the 9th. First pitch from Kleiman is high, ball 1 ball and no strikes. The one next pitch fouled back. That'll run the count to 1-1. 1 hit in the night, that's right. 1 hit for Lexington. A single back in the 4th inning by the batter who's on deck, Tillman Pugh. Then he was out on the front end of a double play. That's the only noise that Lexington has made tonight. Only 1 walk in the ball game for Lexington, or for Lexington as well. 2 walks, I'm sorry. Is that what you have, Colton? 2 walks? Next pitch hits him. So Ervin gets plunked by a 90-mile-an-hour fastball right on the left hip, and he will trot down to first base. One out, top of the 9th inning. Tillman Pugh will come to the plate, the only Legend with a hit tonight. 12-0 Gastonia, 12 runs, 10 hits, 1 error. And once again, the Gastonia Honey Hunters amassed double digits in hits. And the first pitch to Pugh is over for a strike, no balls and 1 strike. That one is fouled back behind home plate. Runs the count to no balls and 2 strikes. Next pitch low, ball 1. 1 ball and 2 strikes. You know, the Honey Hunters have had a good record here at Caramount Health Park. They're 39-24 here. But on the road, they're 43-17, a 71.8 winning percentage on the road. Next pitch spins Pugh around. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Pugh, the right-hander, against left-hander Kleiman. One high in the air. Luis Roman is coming into foul territory from third base, and he's over and makes the catch. He was tracking, and then all of a sudden the last few steps were quickly backwards as he was able to reach over his shoulder and make the catch right in front of the dugout. So the Legends are down to their last out. And it's going to be T.K. Kuntz who will come up and pinch hit for Courtney Hawkins. T.K. Kuntz, K-O-O-N-T-Z. 6'1", 195-pounder. Looks at a first pitch from Kleiman. No strike, no balls and 1 strike. Phillip Ervin down at first base after having been hit by a pitch. Next pitch in the dirt. That's going to allow Ervin to walk down to second base as Stuart Levy goes back all the way to the back to get that ball. Gets it back to Kleiman. 1 ball and 1 strike. Again, 2 outs, top of the 9th inning. Kleiman coming set. Plants that right foot finally and brings a fastball over for a strike. Swung on and missed. 1 ball and 2 strikes, and the Legends are down to their last strike in the ball game. Kleiman from the stretch, checks the runner, comes to the plate 1-2, and it's high, ball 2, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Upstairs, ball 3, 2 strikes. Full count. Here's the payoff pitch from Kleiman. Missed, ball 4, and he walked him. So Kuntz draws a walk. And that'll bring up Isaias Tejeda. And there'll be a batter for Tejeda as well. Pete Jorgen will now come up to bat. He's listed as one of the catchers on the roster. 5'10", 200-pounder. Looks at a pitch outside, ball 1, 1 ball and no strikes. Jorgen batting .258 on the year. 12 runs batted in, no home runs. Stuart Levy wants to run out to the mound and make sure he's got the signs correct with his left-hander Kleiman. Now Levy's back behind the plate. And that's 2-0 count to Jorgen. That's outside ball 3. 3 balls and no strikes. Kleiman checking the runners. Comes set. The 3-0 pitch. Over for a strike. 3 balls and 1 strike. Swung on and missed, strike 2, so the count is full now with 2 outs. The runners will be going from first and second. Kleiman 1 pitch away from closing this one out. Fouled back, so Jorgen stays alive, 3-2. The count will remain there as we go to the next pitch. 12-0 in favor of Gastonia here in the top of the 9th inning. 2 outs, runners on first and second. Kleiman delivers a fastball, swung on and missed, and that'll do it. So Kent Kleiman gets himself into a little bit of trouble, but worked his way out of it. And the Honey Hunters prevail 12-0 here at Caramount Health Park tonight. A great win for the Honey Hunters, a great night here in Gastonia as Magic Johnson was here an hour or so before the game signing autographs. And the Honey Hunters magic number is now down 1. They start 3 with the magic over these Lexington Legends. And because Lexington lost and Gastonia won, their magic number goes down 2, and it's a 1 right now for the Honey Hunters. That means that if they win one more game this weekend, they are the second half champs, as well as winning the first half of the South Division of the Atlantic League of Professional Baseball. We'll be back with the post-game show. Stick around as we wrap things up on the Honey Hunters Radio Network.
GSM Services helps people live better through improved comfort, health, and energy efficiency. GSM Services provide quality home and commercial improvement services. They offer services for heating and cooling, energy audits, duct and dryer vent cleaning, attic insulation, crawl space solutions, generators, commercial roofing, and HVAC, indoor air cleaning products, and much, much more. GSM has been taking care of their customers' comfort since 1927. This unmatched experience has led them to build reliable processes to serve you and offer guidance to help you choose the right options for your home business comfort needs. Call 1-800-NEW-COOL or visit GSMsince1927.com to talk to someone about the comfort issues you have in your home. GSM is a proud sponsor of your Gastonia Honey Hunters. Call 1-800-NEW-COOL or visit GSMsince1927.com. Go Honey Hunters!
Find out where your Honey Hunters are playing all season long at www.gohoneyhunters.com. Ticket information, www.gohoneyhunters.com. You're looking for the latest game day fashions or wanting to bring a group to Caramount Health Park? GoHoneyHunters.com. Your online home for the Gastonia Honey Hunters is GoHoneyHunters.com. That's www.GoHoneyHunters.com.
Online education is better with us. At Belmont Abbey College, we offer quality, affordable online degrees that fit your life and your budget. We're better because with us, our faith foundation drives all we do. We care about every student. We instill every degree with excellence and virtue. Plus, we're local, personal, and ready to help you thrive. Experience the Abbey difference. Get the better online degree with Belmont Abbey College. Register today, and you could win dinner for two on us. Visit GoHoneyHunters.com/Belmont Abbey to learn more.
Your home for Honey Hunters baseball. Your home for Honey Hunters baseball.
Brian rushing down on the field, talking with Riley Hovis, who started the ball game and pitched a gem of a ball game. Riley went 6 innings tonight, only gave up 1 hit, no runs, and that's where it stayed. The Gastonia pitching tonight only allowing the 1 run on the night, and they pick up a win 12-0. Gastonia takes care of the Lexington Legends, and their magic number is now 1. So if Gastonia wins either tomorrow or Sunday, they are the second half champs to go along with the first half champs. But what that also means is that they will have to play High Point, who would be the wild card team if the season ended today, and it looks like High Point will not be budged out of that wild card spot as they picked up a big win tonight. And I was trying to check the final score. Let me look here real quick. Staten Island is ahead of Long Island in the top of the 9th inning, 6-4. So Long Island's got 3 outs left to try and overcome that 2-run deficit. But let's look at the High Point Kentucky Wild Health Genomes game. 12-3 in favor of High Point. They just picked up 2 more runs in the 9th inning. And Wild Health is down to their last 3 outs to try and overcome that deficit. So with all 16 hits for High Point tonight in that ball game, Wild Health 3 runs and 7 hits. So it looks like High Point's going to pick up the win. You've got to imagine at this point in time that High Point will be the wild card team. If Lancaster hangs on in the North Division, and it looks like they will be the second half winners. Southern Maryland has already won the first half. So it will be Lancaster and Southern Maryland, and then Gastonia and perhaps High Point. At this point, that's the way it looks. Lancaster did win today 6-2 over the Charleston Dirty Birds. So that's what happened around the league. We'll come back and we'll tell you what happened tonight here at the ballpark at Caramount Health Park as the Gastonia Honey Hunters prevailed 12-0 on a 1-hit shutout by Gastonia pitchers tonight. We'll be back on the Honey Hunters Radio Network.
Folks, it's been the thrill of a lifetime to bring professional baseball back to the airwaves of Gaston County. As a lifelong supporter of Gastonia baseball, I understood at an early age how important it was to hear the game when I couldn't be at the game. And with the advent of internet streaming now, Gastonia Honey Hunters games have even more import within the community. It also provides a great opportunity to get your message out to the Gaston County community. If advertising with the Honey Hunters is something that interests you, give me a call at 704-874-1810 and inquire about advertising with the Gastonia Honey Hunters. The number again, 704-874-1810. The Honey Hunters Radio Network, your hometown team. Thank you for supporting Gastonia baseball.
And tonight the hometown team did a pretty good job. 12-0 our final score here at the Caramount Health Park. It was a great night offensively for the Honey Hunters as they jumped out in the first inning. Reese Hampton walked. Reinheimer was hit by a pitch, and then Joseph Rosa doubled to bring Hampton home, and it was a 1-0 score. Then Zach Jarrett was hit by a pitch, and Jake Scholes stepped to the plate, and all he did was drive one deep over the right field wall for a grand slam. And the Honey Hunters closed out the first inning with a 5-0 lead, and they didn't look back from there. 12 runs, 10 hits, no errors, or 1 error for Gastonia, no runs, 1 hit, and no errors for Lexington. These same two teams will go at it tomorrow night at 6:15. Derek Smith will be here for the call at that game. Game on the air would be about 6 o'clock for the pregame show, and then the game at 6:15. Fans want to remind you, every Sunday is a Sundrop Sunday at Caramount Health Park. Bring the kids to the ballpark and enjoy an afternoon of Honey Hunters action. Get your tickets now by logging on to www.gohoneyhunters.com. That's www.gohoneyhunters.com. Also, fans, get gassed up with your Honey Hunters as they make their way toward the playoffs for the 2022 Atlantic League season. Game 1 at Caramount Health Park is September 20th. You can get your tickets now by calling 704-874-1810. That's 874-1810, area code 704 for your playoff tickets for the Gastonia Honey Hunters. That's going to do it for tonight. This is Bob Woodard saying thank you so much for spending a part of your Friday evening with us. And it was a good one if you're a Honey Hunters fan, as they prevailed 12-0 over the Lexington Legends. We will be back with you tomorrow. Again, Derek Smith will have the call right here on the Honey Hunters Radio Network.
Following has been a broadcast of the Gastonia Honey Hunters Radio Network. Gastonia Honey Hunters Baseball is brought to you by GSM Premium Services and Caramount Health. See how we care. We thank you for tuning in. We'll see you next time on the Gastonia Honey Hunters Radio Network.